Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. How are we doing?
Doing good.
Caffeinated.
Caffeinated. Good. I was going to say sorry I'm a bit late, but it doesn't look like it's really here yet.
Yeah, it's I was telling Alexis, everyone kind of wanders in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. How you doing, Alexis? Were you at work today?
I was at work today. It was awful.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
It wasn't that bad. It could be worse. I've had worse days.
Good.
It's Quentin. Gang's
Hey,
all here.
Is the new person not starting today?
I don't know. I was talking to them yesterday, and I thought they were going to play today, but then it was like radio silence, and they didn't get their character made. So I don't know what the deal is. Because they said they wanted to play today, but then they just didn't get back to me. I messaged them a bunch yesterday to try to get some character creation in, but never happened. I mean, they're still here. It's just really weird.
The mysteries of D&D players.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. Mysteries of people on the internet. I don't know. So maybe they'll get back to me. Maybe they'll hear the stream and be like, "Oh, that's right, I have a D&D game." But we'll see.
Sweet.
We can still play with 3 people. So I think Keller, you were up for scribe duty and the story point, if you're okay with doing it.
Yeah.
All right. We still have Fisher as quartermaster. This is your first game after the last 4. You got your story point for last quartermaster, right? Because it was your 4th.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, who's Arlen? Oh yeah, Arlen's the halfling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, Alexis, do you want to give us a quick recap of last time?
Yeah, I was just pulling up my notes. So we went to Highguard. We then went to the local tavern to gather some information. They mentioned a local busybody with the name Boris Yelman. They weren't sure if he was a gnome or a halfling, really. We then got a little bit more information on Matt Hell, who's a local known, or not local, but he was a known jeweler in the area. No one really thought of him as a fire, he wasn't described as a fire genasi, despite what Fisher was saying. But then there was rumors of a woman who walked in on him in one of his back workshop rooms, and it looked as if he was on fire. And then that's all the information we got that day. Went to bed. We woke up, checked in on Matt Hell's shop. Apparently he has been gone. He was gone for the last few days. Fisher's familiar snuck in, saw some scorch marks in the building, and then something grabbed it. We then waited a few hours until nightfall, went back there. The door was locked with some form of magic. While we were talking about what we're going to do next, the door just opened and 2 eyes were peering out, and then combat broke out. After the combat, we went in, looted. There was a magic sword that had ties to Avernus. There was a note mentioning Egthar was wanting Matt Hell to come talk to him. and then there was a summoning circle that reacted to the sword. And that's kind of where we ended off.
All right, and Oliver is the only one with the group right now, as far as NPCs go, right?
I believe so. I actually post my
Yeah.
notes in the journal tab.
Yeah, you want to post those in the actual Discord.
Yeah, I kind of just passed out after last session,
All right, that's fine.
but they're actual notes.
All right, so it is the 46th of winter at 12 a.m. You were kind of doing this at midnight. I guess at this point, with the searching around, it's probably about 12:30. So I don't know if I did time for your actual search of the building. So yeah, I think we left off where you were in the building, looking around. You found some neat stuff there, as well as a possible next location. So what does the group want to do? So far, no guards have shown up. Or wait, did you sneak away?
I think we
forget.
snuck away.
Yeah, I think we're on the way out.
All right. So you just kind of went back to your inn and tried to do a long rest.
I think
I think so.
I don't know if we decided what we were going to do. I'm
well,
also like
let's
getting
just
the
pick
hell
it
out of High
up.
Guard.
Let's say we pick it up from the actual house. So we'll say you're still there. What do you want to do from here?
I feel like we should get the heck out of Dodge. Maybe head up to the blood floor. Unless anyone has any other business that they want us to attend to in High Guard, I feel like we've made quite the sting.
Yeah, I'd rather not the guards come and see what we've done here.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like we kind of stand out a little bit. So I think there's every chance that we'll get recognised and questioned, and we have no other reason to be in High Guard, right?
All right. So you know that the gates to the city, at least the main entrances, are closed at night. So you couldn't just leave without going past the guards and having them open it. Unless you're gonna try to knock out the guards and open it yourselves.
Why don't we just go back to the inn, sleep, wake up tomorrow, and then we just leave? Because no one knows we've done this.
Yeah, just be quiet, get to the inn as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Act inconspicuous.
So give me stealth checks to get back to the inn.
Stealth checks from the loud ass barbarian. I love these.
Oh,
Could be
not
worse.
too bad.
Sorry, bear
My
with me.
20.
Loading up my
My 20
character
got
sheet here.
you.
Come on.
Yeah, Oliver less so. Though not terrible. Wow, the group is actually fairly quiet. With Oliver... Wait, does Oliver have heavy armor?
He's got splint.
Yeah, Splint is heavy. Alright, so a 7. Okay. Well, as far as you know, you make it back to the inn. No issues. No one caught you. Going to sleep for the evening. Go ahead and long rest. What level is the group?
6?
6.
Yeah, 6.
Oh, already 6. Okay. So in the morning, you would hear a knocking at the door. Fisher.
Oh, good.
As you're kind of getting your stuff together and getting ready for the day, there's a loud knocking.
I ask who it is.
It's the town guard. We want to talk to you.
Okay. I open the door.
So there are 3 guys there. They have spears and crossbows on their backs. Looks like they have medium armor on. Probably Well, say light armor. They have studded leather. They say, we have some questions for you and your allies. Could you take us to their rooms?
Yeah, I do what they say.
All right. So the each of you gets a knock at the door, and you would see Fisher is there with several guards. The guards wish to take you for questioning. Apparently, you might be involved in some kind of crime that happened last night.
What time of day is it?
It's early morning, so it's about what's this group's long rest time? Excuse me. It's the 46th of winter. It's probably about 8:30 a.m. at the moment.
Okay. Oh, I was not pissed at being woken up yet.
No, it's not too early. So are you gonna go with them quietly? Are you gonna resist? What's the group gonna do? Are you gonna argue?
There are 3 of them.
Yeah, you're in the inn right now. There are 3 of them. There are a couple of people probably in the hallway, like looking on, wondering what's going on. As you know, there's not usually town guards here.
And we don't know any exits or entrances to the town other than the one we came in.
I mean, there are a couple ways in and out of the town. They're probably opened at this point, just during the evening when the sunstones wane. They usually close them up.
There's no point trying to sneak out and get away over something that we really did nothing wrong. We got attacked.
Wait, how are you saying this? I assume you're not just saying that out loud.
No. Oh, when I see Claw and Fisher, I'll do the psychic link thing, and I'll say it that way. When I see the 2 of them, I'll do that.
Go ahead.
There's no point.
Link that.
It's the very annoying
Long paragraph. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead. Give me the text block. And that is the
okay.
which paragraph?
For a number of hours, so it's psychic whispers. You can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others, perfecting quite expression. As an action, choose 1 or more creatures you can see up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus. Roll a psionic energy die for the number of hours.
Okay, so it's just you could see. I was curious if there was like a range or if you had to touch them or anything weird.
I have to see them when I do it, and then it's like
that's
3.
just linked.
Yeah. I can get Claw, Fisher, and Oliver in this, and my psionic energy die at this level is a D8.
Alright, go ahead and roll it.
So, how many hours does this last?
3 hours.
3!
Alright, so you would all suddenly hear Keller in your mind.
Yeah, hi. There's no point trying to get away with this because we've really done nothing wrong, so instead of trying to come up with a way to get out of it, let's just go with them and talk, since, we got attacked.
Can I respond?
Yes,
Yeah, you can go back.
It's a link.
Okay, great. I think I say, we've got a backup plan. We now know that this guy was summoning demons. We have proof because we have this sword that we took, which is, has the power of Avernus. They can check the scene out if they want. I mean, if we go ahead and say that we're demon hunters,
Maybe don't have them check out his house and then claiming that we stole his property. That might be bad.
Alright, so they're basically taking you down to the barracks. Now, what stuff from his house does the group have? I know you took the sword.
Sword and probably the letter, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we've got the sword forged in the hells. We have the letter to Matt L from Eggthor. That's it.
His arcane components and the recipes, right?
Yeah, we also have
them.
Looking over my notes.
We also have a stolen chest that I think we forgot
yeah,
about.
we took the chest because I couldn't open it. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's in the bag of holding, I think.
Okay, that's in. Yeah.
So you still have all that stuff. So yeah, they take you down to the.
Would the guards have reacted to Paw grabbing her sword? Because she wouldn't have gone anywhere without it.
Did you like pull it out or is it sheathed?
She just like strapped it on her back as they were walking out.
No, they probably wouldn't have reacted to any of you taking your stuff, even your weapons. I mean, it's a pretty dangerous
doesn't
world in the
carry
caves.
weapons.
Everyone carries weaponry. Most people do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was like, Keller doesn't carry weaponry because his blades are psychic.
Yeah, and he's
Daggers.
he's like nobility. Nobility usually just have like a sword at their side. But yeah, usually they have other people protecting them.
What
Alright.
time in the morning is it? Is this like
8:30.
immediately after we've woken up, or would we have
Yeah.
had any times?
It's 8:30,
trying to
so
work
it's a little bit after your long rest.
I'm trying to work out whether I would have had enough time to put my chainmail back on.
Yeah, you could have put
Yeah,
your armor on.
Cool.
It takes 10 minutes to don and doff heavy armor.
Oh, cool.
Wait, do you have a chain mail or chain shirt? I thought warlocks were medium armor.
He's a paladin.
Hexblade.
Oh,
How
right,
am
that's
Like
right.
paladin.
You're a multi. All right. All right. So yeah, you have your armor on and everything. So they would take you down to the barracks. There is a human woman there who's talking to some people. You meet up with her as well as some more guards in one of the side rooms. And one of the guards would say there was a bit of a disturbance last night. And he would look to the woman and she says, yes, these are the ones I saw. They were fighting some demons or devils or I don't know, some kind of strange fiery creatures. And then they broke into the house there and I saw them leaving a little while later. The guards kind of look to you all and he's like, is this true? Did you break into a house and some sort of devils were fighting you?
Is it really breaking if nothing was broken?
So Claw says that. Give me a persuasion.
Wait, Fisher, you're
She's
the
like,
most
I mean, we
charismatic
didn't
one
break
out of us.
anything.
You wanted,
I said it first. She would have immediately
but
said
no,
that.
you did. I say this with the telepathic link.
Oh, fair. Where's the persuasion?
Like,
I'm
you can
bad
still
at
say
these.
what you want. I'm just like,
I mean, we didn't really break anything. We just.
no,
Technically,
Paul's right. A
Nothing
door
was broken.
open.
the
Um,
demon opened the door.
I mean, generally speaking, Highguard and the Candleholm community frown upon people going into other people's houses without their permission. Are you friends
Yes,
of Matt
but
Hell?
Even
when
if they're infested
demons-
with demons?
When demons come pouring out the house, we don't know. I'm not saying this. I'm not there. Oh, I'm there, but I'm not saying this.
Yeah, you're just kind of
Never
quietly
mind.
observing. So he.
I'll help Claw in their persuasion by
He would
stating-
say, so you're claiming the demons weren't summoned by you. You're claiming they came out of the house when you were
Yeah,
breaking in?
the door opened to reveal a spiky, glowing, red-eyed demon who attacked us with about 8 of their friends.
So how did the door open?
The
The
demon
demon?
opened the door.
He starts taking some notes. And so you claim these demons came out, you fought them, and then you just went back to the inn? You didn't go report this to the town guard or anything?
We noticed a demon circle inside the property.
And starts taking notes again. Give me another persuasion check. He says, generally speaking, if you see some sort of dangerous creature, you should come inform the guards. Now, you all are new to this area. I don't recognize you, or at least I assume you are. I guess this is a pretty large city. Who are you all, and what's your business here?
We're just a group of adventurers fighting back the Gnoll onslaught in last night. We're on our way up to the tribes. If you're not aware, there is a cult of Gnolls. We're on their trail to try and take them down. And we believe that Matt Hell might be in cohorts with the demon summoners, and we now have proof, seeing we were attacked by several demons at his property.
So one of the guards is like, "Oh, yeah, I think I heard of these guys. You were being called the Heroes of Candle because of something that happened at Last Light, and you helped some people out there, didn't you?"
That's right. We liberated a settlement. We freed many slaves captured by the gnolls. And we're now demon hunters on the trail of whoever is behind the summoning of these beasts.
He takes some more notes, and one of them says, "Matt Hell is kind of new to the area. I think he came a couple of weeks ago. So that could
Well, you'd be
check
wise
out."
to question him when he arrives back into town. Are you aware of where he's gone? Because he has clearly been summoning demons in your town, and if it wasn't for us, you could have been overrun with demons. There were several demons in that property that you've been lucky for us to expel and
So,
exercise.
you would know that these are devils. I'm not sure if you're lying to them on purpose or if you're just kind of conflating the two for the heck of it. Is there a reason you're
I'm
calling them
thinking-
demons?
I'm thinking they won't know the difference, and the
All right.
demons are what we're after in terms of the Inogu, so we can tie them all together to
Yeah.
claim that they're all part of the same evil cause.
All right, give me deception. Okay.
Easy.
Oh, baby.
So the town guard guy would kind of stay quiet for a moment of thinking, and he would say, "Well, you in the future, if you suspect someone of being a demon summoner, you should probably come speak to the town guard. We could help in the search. I know you all are probably used to acting independently, but we're all trying to keep the peace here."
That's a very good piece of feedback. I think we'll take that on board. We're new in town. We weren't sure how capable or willing the guard would have been to join in a demon fight. But thank you for letting us know that you'll cooperate, and we will most definitely cooperate as we learn more and investigate more.
He says, "We did a quick search of the house. We found the summoning circle you were talking about. Some strange ashes, and we weren't sure what else we were looking at. Did you take anything from the house?"
No,
Give me a deception.
I'd say in my mind, it wouldn't hurt to mention the letter. It would give them a lead as well.
do I do that now? Or?
Probably deception roll first, and then
I
when they
do
call you out for
deception as,
lying.
Yeah, bad that.
He nods. He says, "All right, well, if you can think of anything else that could help us to find out, or any other information you might have about this Matt Hell, it would be beneficial if you could send it our way. Otherwise, we'll just keep an eye out for him until he gets back, and then we'll question him as well. Obviously,
We believe that
people shouldn't be summoning demons in the town."
definitely, yeah, we believe Matt Hell is part of a link in a chain going up to an individual named Egthar, but we haven't been able to
Egthar.
find evidence of him in the town.
I'm not familiar with an Egthar, but we could definitely keep our ears open for any rumors that come down. All right, well, I guess that's about it. We just wanted to make sure everything was okay, and you guys weren't just breaking into houses. I mean, the woman here has collaborated. I don't know whatever the word is. Corroborated your story that you were fighting some strange, demonic-looking creatures in this person's backyard, and we did find the summoning circle. So it seems like you're telling the truth here. Did you have anything else that you could let us know about what happened, or about Matt Hell, or whatever this is all related to? You said this could be related to the Gnoll attacks?
Yes. We believe Matt Hell and the Knolls may be in cohorts of some kind. The Knolls have been summoning monsters of their own. There's a lot of monster summoning going on. There's a little bit too much monster summoning going for our liking.
I see. Yeah, especially near the settlements. We could do without that. All right.
Exactly. So we're heading up north to try and see if we can find any more leads on this. If Matt Hill does arrive, I'd be very careful. He's a very dangerous man.
All right, we'll watch the house and keep an eye out for him. And there's no one else in the town who's in cahoots with him.
We heard tell at the inn of a woman that he arrived in town.
Do you know her name?
I don't believe we've learned that, have we?
All right. Well, we'll like I said, we'll watch the house and see if anyone shows up, a woman or Matt Hell or anyone else. But yeah, you're all free to go. Thank you for the information.
I don't say anything else.
Alright, so the group is heading out. What do you want to do?
Get the fuck out of town.
Yeah.
Well, that was entirely pointless. What the fuck could they have done if we'd actually have come to them?
Well, Oliver says, guard always wanna be informed of what's going on. You're right, they would have just gotten killed. Those things were not something that they could have handled.
Well, worst case scenario, they're on the take from Matt, and they end up setting up a bigger trap for us.
I feel like I've already said too much by mentioning that we were going north.
Oliver says it's unlikely. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a huge conspiracy that the whole town is in on. Like, if they're in cahoots with the guards, then yeah, we have bigger problems. But
well,
yeah,
I'd rather
maybe,
prepare for everyone, rather prepare for everybody being on the intake, and then I'm wrong. Then I don't prepare for it, and then I'm right.
Yeah, it's probably a good way to go. Yeah, maybe Fisher. Maybe you don't want to tell them where we're going next time, just in case.
Yeah, my bad. The old gums started flapping and.
Says, you did good. You definitely have the gift of a talker. I know I probably would have gotten myself in trouble. I would have just yelled at him. And this one definitely would have. He points to Keller. He never knows when to shut up.
Really? Did I speak in that entire interaction? Did I say a word?
He smiles. He says, no, you did good. I was just breaking your chops there, kid. Alright, so we head north.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking we could head to the Blood Claw. I don't think we have any strong leads about where next to go, do we? What did we learn about Egthar?
So, Egthar, actually, I think he is up near the Deep Fang. But you do have the Blood Claw's location, and you told Dosha you would go talk to them about a possible alliance with Candle. So that's kind of a different quest that you're on.
Since we're this close, we might as well go and ask them if there's anything they know and they want to help.
Yeah, let's do it. It's on the way to the Deep Fang, if that's where Egthar and Matt Hell are supposed to meet. So,
alright.
Maybe we head north.
So you are on your way out of town. The guards would warn you that there is Gnoll activity, and if you go out there, you're taking a risk. But I assume you are going. So there's no... Go ahead.
Yeah, risk we have to take.
Alright, so there's no main roads that go to the Blood Claw. You would have to navigate the caves, so that would, go goes my dice. That would be a survival check. Up to 2 of you can try to work on this. DC is
Good at
probably
surviving.
about 15 because it's not super difficult, but it's not easy.
Nope.
Okay. So you're getting a little bit lost. A couple of hours pass. It's now about 12:30 in the afternoon. Still navigating the caves. Let me see if you have any brushes with danger. Random encounter check. Interesting. One moment.
That's never good.
Uh-oh.
I love when the DM says 1 moment.
Here we go again.
Give me a
Shadow demons.
D100 roll. One of you. I guess, I'll say Claw. Give me a D100 roll.
17.
Okay. So you are going through the caves, getting a little bit worried as you thought you were on track, but now you're starting to see places that don't look familiar. Don't look like they should be on your trail. Let's see. I think Keller, you would be the first to smell a strange smell as you're walking through, almost a bit sulfuric. Yeah.
Something sulfuric's burning up ahead.
You're not sure
That's not good.
exactly where it's coming from. It's pretty faint. But it might be coming from somewhere in the area. Do you want to do anything about this or just keep moving? Hopefully it's nothing.
I mean,
And
we are
avoid it.
after a fire genasi.
What if it's what if it's not something burning, but it's chemical? We should tread carefully.
Trying to avoid where it seems to be originating from.
Yeah, you can try
Yeah.
to like move away from the smell. You can try to investigate the smell. It's still pretty faint. You're not sure exactly where it's coming from, but you could probably figure out which ways where it's less powerful and go those ways.
Yeah, I feel like we should avoid bad smell. It's a bad thing.
Okay. Give me another set of survival checks. Again, DC 15.
Okay. So since we got lost and was kind of annoyed that she got lost, there's the funny shifter button. I think this will say it. Yeah, at the bottom, last one, Wild Hunt, advantage on wisdom checks. That would be survival too, right? It's all checks that are wisdom.
Yeah, so that would include
Okay.
survival.
Cool, and I'm a dump one of my shifts into that then.
Alright,
Nice.
so you
Advantage.
that's probably good you did. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yes.
Alright, so you kind of I guess I don't want to say rage out, but shift out a little, gaining a very good sense of smell, which actually would help you figure out where the sulfur smell is coming from. But since you're avoiding it, you go the other way. In a few more hours, say around 2 o'clock or 2:30, you are getting close to where the Bloodclaw settlement is. You think it's going to be coming up here soon. So how does the group want to approach this settlement? Like sneak in, just kind of walk in?
So let's recap what we know about the Blood War again, shall we? They're fierce. Kind of clues in the name there, I guess. They,
Warriors.
yeah, the warriors who would be fond of a show of strength. We can convince them of what they'll lose. Yeah, so we're kind of here to explain to them that the Novu cultists are recruiting. We need to kind of convince them that that's a bad thing. Yeah, they're proud warriors. They want to fight to protect one's family, honor and death, use any means necessary to win. Yeah, providing they're not following through already, we should just listen to the alpha, and if we get in a fight, we're not fighting to the death, then yeah, hopefully we can appease them in a show of strength.
Yeah, their Bloodhand are a lot more combative. Yeah.
Kind of like barbarians.
Be stronger than them. Got it. Easy.
Yeah.
Kind
Well,
of,
you'll
yeah.
fit right in.
Right, I suggest we don't try and sneak in because I don't see that going well.
So
If you want to be allies with them, I don't see sneaking in as a good idea.
Yeah. I think we should just go up to the front crate, introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll respect the straightforwardness if they are combat oriented.
I mean,
Yeah.
in theory, I'm surprised they haven't been keeping an eye on us so far, which they might have been.
It's true.
What do you mean
Maybe
keeping
we
an
can
I
ask
eye
what
on you?
that smell was.
Like, they might have had, like, sentries that have noticed us that we just haven't noticed.
Oh, you mean on the outskirts?
Yeah, just
Or like
around,
messengers
like...
between camps.
Oh yeah, I mean it's possible they have scouts around, but if they are, they've been pretty well hidden. You haven't noticed them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like, if these are such a warrior-type clan, they'll have had scouts and people patrolling, just keeping an eye that the group's safe. Or I'm assuming either they know we're here, in which case sneaking in's not going to work, or they don't know we're here, in which case, yeah, it'd be better just to walk up to the front and surprise them. So shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Give me one moment to check something. So...
Or have you had any dealings with the blood, what the fuck are they? Blood something tribe.
Bloodclaw?
There we are. The Bloodclaw tribe.
Who did you ask?
No.
Oh.
Or
The only gnolls that we interacted with were the ones that were attacking us.
just watch it.
So as you are approaching the gate, you see, yeah, well, I guess you would see, first of all, there is a gate. Looks like a shroomwood gate that's been put up. Not very strong, but it would definitely slow you down if you're trying to break through. There are a couple of guards there with bows who would see you approaching and yell out something in Gnollish. Do you have someone who speaks Gnollish?
Not anymore.
Like I say, does
There's
the sorcerer
Ildir.
speak Nordic?
Who?
It was Eldir that spoke it when he was here.
Yeah, I don't know if Arlen does.
Let me see. I'll check Arlen. No, Arlen does not speak it. He speaks
Well, then none
Common,
of
Elvish, Gnomish, and Halfling.
none of us speak it.
All right.
Yeah.
So they seem like they're waiting for a reply.
I'll
There's
shout
one-
back in common, just like, do any of you speak common? It's really quite a bad idea on our part to bring some knowledge, really.
Yeah, if I had known, I would have taken it instead of Undercommon. But my defaults are always Common, Undercommon, then Elvish, if I
No.
don't know the campaign.
I
Yeah,
thought
the,
underground, undercommon, and deep speech would come in useful,
Exactly.
and they fucking ain't.
Undercommon comes in handy in some of the like higher societies, like the Drow and the some of the other ones. But yeah, for these are more like fringe people.
I would have took Gnoll if it was an option, but it was never an option when I was creating Keller.
Alright, so the two
Not
of
a very
them
common language.
come out, and they are yelling something at you. One of them looks kind of angry. The other one is just saying something forcefully.
Great. They don't speak common, and we don't speak Gnoll. This is going to a great start.
What's your? I don't see your passive insights for some reason. So Keller, what's your passive insight?
17. I think it's the same for
Is it the same?
Perception and
Yeah, if you have
Yeah.
proficiency in both, it'll be the same.
So you are getting the feeling. Let's see, what could you glean from just with their actions?
they want us to fuck off, or they want us to take our weapons off.
Yeah, they might be asking for you to like put down your weapons.
I think they want us to put down our weapons. It's perfectly alright for me because, you know,
Like they
I
might
create
be
my-
wanting to disarm you, like take your weapons and maybe bring you in.
so the real question is, Claw, how much of an issue is that for you?
Yes.
Big issue, I take it. Okay. Would you rather stay outside, not lose your weapon?
And now there's a bunch of gnolls coming towards the gate. Many of them armed. You would see about 20 or so at this point.
Would I also get the feeling that they're wanting us to, like, just...
Yeah,
Would it seem like disarm entirely, or just prove
They're-
that we're not a threat?
you're not sure. They're pointing at your weapons, so you're guessing they want to, yeah, like disarm you before they bring you in.
Okay. Would I... Could I, like, take a string and just tie it around to, like, bind it bind the sword closed? See if that would appease them enough.
So like tie the handle of your sword to the scabbard
To
or
the hilt.
something?
Yeah, so that you'd have to, like, untie it or cut it to get the sword out of the hilt, essentially.
Give me a. Alright, so you start doing that. I'll say as you're doing that, you hear a voice from the crowd that says, "What are you doing here?" in kind of broken common, as a older-looking gnoll approaches from the back. You'd see he's kind of squinting in one eye and has a really odd-looking shroomwood staff. He says, "Humans, this is not your territory." And the gnolls kind of look to him and he says something in gnollish to them. He says, "Why have you come here?" Everyone looks at Fisher.
Basically.
I'm reading something about my
charis-
psychic thing.
Charisma guy,
I'm reading
go.
something about my psychic thing. If we have to share the same language to do it, that's so. I'm being quite.
Is it your psychic thing gives you telepathy, right?
It effectively links us. It's
Okay.
Because
Because I know with
but it doesn't
telepathy,
say-
the telepathy doesn't use language. If you use telepathy, like you just understand each other. But if it's not telepathy, then it might be
A
something else.
creature can't use this telepathy if it can't speak a
It
language,
can't
and
speak any language.
you and the
Mm.
creature don't need to speak a common language to understand each other. Last sentence.
Oh yeah, that's where it is. Yeah, cool. So I can
So it-
technically do it if
Yeah, you can do it that way too.
Well, I'll
So,
see how Fisher goes, and then if we have to, I can do it.
so are you saying anything? Any of you?
I would just continue tying up her sword.
Oh, right, sorry. Well, technically, I'm not getting into the. Okay, no, we came here because we are friends of the Shroom Shield clan, and we wanted to help form an alliance between Handle, Shroom Shield, and Bloodcore against what the fuck's their names? Oh, what's the name of the Null tribe you're at war with that worships Yinagu?
I don't actually fucking remember. Holy shit.
So
Did they have? It wasn't blood because this is the blood ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, because Yanaga is just overall the null god, so it's not that
yeah, I mean,
like above board.
there's usually
I'm sure he's told it us beforehand, but
Is it?
the
It
life of
might
me
know.
can't remember it.
I can't find it in any of my notes.
it is.
Sorry, by the way, I was trying to talk before, but I was on mute like an idiot. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Yeah, I
good.
figured it might
Happened.
be something like that. So you know that the Deep Fang tribe is one of the tribes that is firmly worshipping Inogu.
Yeah, but they're one of the ones we want to try and befriend, because whilst they worship Inago, they don't seem to be taking part in this whole thing. But we want to go and try and make friends with them.
If we can.
Yeah, I mean, there are a
Okay.
bunch of different tribes in this area. The cultists, from what you saw, had members of a bunch of them. Like, some of them Dosha identified as Deep Fang, some of them were Sharp Rock, some of them were actually Blood Claw as well.
Okay, so they were they were an amalgamation of different tribes that
Yeah.
don't seem to have their own. Okay. I will say, like,
They're
so
just
we
calm.
want to help unify against the upcoming Knoll tribe that's downstairs. That seems to be an amalgamation of local Knoll tribes who worship Inagu, who seem to be attacking Candle and Last Light.
So the guard looks to the older Knoll, says something, and the old Knoll says something back. Give me a persuasion attempt.
Alright. Help with that.
Well, you haven't said anything yet. What are you gonna say to try to help with that?
Much to the tune of what Keller was saying, we're visitors from Last Light. We are the heroes of Handle. Recently helped liberate a settlement of Null cultists that were holding human and Null slaves.
He says,
Those slaves are now free.
Heroes of Candle, this is your tribe name.
Yes.
He says, we are the Blood Claw, although you most likely knew that. My name is
Yes, we did.
Shaman Guruk, and I am the keeper of this tribe. He says, you say you are enemies to the cult of Inogu and its followers. Why do the human tribes care about Inogu and what he has done to the Knoll peoples?
They were attacking my tribe. I'm not exactly from Candle, I've just allied with them. I'm from a shifter tribe that was near where the cult had a large settlement.
He says, I recognize you, Shifter. Your people have a reputation for ferocity. What is the name of your tribe?
we gave it a name. I just have dog shit memory.
Right, give me a second. Let me see if
I
I've got
don't
it.
actually. Yeah, I don't know if I have it in my notes. So if you guys have that name, let me see. Did I take down the name?
Put it somewhere, I think.
So I should probably.
I've got
Make sure.
Trouble Mantle.
Huh?
Trouble Main. I've got Trouble Main.
Tribble Main?
I don't know if that's it. Yeah.
No, it
Tribble
was.
Well, yeah, we should.
gave the leader a name.
Yeah,
It was Orgrim Stonefist was the chief. I just don't know if we gave the tribe itself a name.
yeah, we should probably figure out the tribe name. Do you have an idea off the top of your head what we could call your tribe?
No, names are like the thing I'm fucking god awful at.
Use a generator.
I could probably come up with something.
Yeah.
Let's see, shifters. Tempted to say Blood Moon, but that would make your tribe very old if they knew what the moon was.
I'll just steal one from the book, possibly, if I can find it. Does it mention actual names for them? I don't think so.
Moon Spear. Stone Spear. Stone Blade. I don't know, I'm just thinking of things that have to do with weapons.
Yeah.
We'll say maybe,
I mean, stone definitely fits because we're underground.
yeah, maybe Deep Rage. Deep or
Stone Claw. Stone Fang.
Why am I thinking Stone Talon? That sounds like something.
I'm going with Stone
Do
Talon.
Stone Talon.
Yeah,
I'll
alright.
do Stone Talon. Alright, so he says, I'm not familiar with your peoples, but their reputation is well known to the Knoll tribes.
Or the fucking WoW place. That's why it sounded familiar.
Yeah, it does sound like a WoW name.
Stone Talon Mountains.
He says, well, if your people are under the attack of Inogu as well, perhaps there might be common ground for us. He says something to the guards, actually a couple of things, and they nod and just kind of stand back. He says, come into the town, but keep your weapons in their sheaths. And the guards would allow you to pass by. So I assume you're following him in?
Mm-hmm.
I would.
So he leads you past a bunch of tents, and you're definitely getting a lot of looks from the gnolls, some friendlier than others. Maybe a couple of growls and scowls as well.
Hi, hello. Heather's just like waving, like, hi, hello, yes, pleasure to be here. Lovely home you have. I must get the name of your interior decorator.
Fisher's playing along.
I mean, most of their homes are just tents. They don't really have, like, stone
I
houses
know.
like in the settlements.
No, I figured that, but Keller's just being polite. I think you're like, oh my god, that's such a wonderful. Like when you get the awful gift shop. Oh my god, that's so wonderful. Like, thank you so
Right.
much.
I mean, most likely you'd just be making
This
noises
noble is
at
rubbing
them,
off.
because they probably have no idea what you're saying.
I know,
but
but still, this is Keller's typical like schmoozing with posh people thing.
good day, good day. All right, so he would lead you to a larger tent, where it looks like some more heavily armored gnolls are waiting for him. These might be some of the like bigger warriors within the tribe. He invites you in, and you would see there is some freshly cooked meat that some of the people are serving to everyone here. He would offer you some as well. He says, come, sit with me, eat. We will discuss what what we can do as a possible alliance. The meat does not seem like it is well spiced. Looks like it's just kind of charred and cooked up.
Oh.
But I assume you're taking a seat with him around the fire.
Like, I'll sit down, but I'm going to try and whisper to Claw and go, Claw, you come from a tribal background. How rude is it if I don't eat the meat?
Are you whispering or using your psychic link? Or I guess that would be gone
whisper it.
now. That's right.
Yeah, 3 hours
that-
is
that
what we
was
rolled.
3
Yeah, that was 3 hours. That one was. The free one's gone. I'm literally trying to whisper to her, like, how rude is it if I don't eat the meat? Actually, she speaks Undercommon, Claudia, so me and her could speak Undercommon to each other, and they won't know. So we're good. We'll do that. We'll speak Undercommon
So
to
you
each other.
speak in
I'll-
Undercommon.
Yeah, like they speak in Knowlish, and I'm gonna be like, Claude, you grew up in a tribal community. Is it rude if I don't eat the meat?
If they hunted for it, yes.
Okay. They probably would have hunted for it, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it
She's
looks like
crowning
it's
handfuls of
it looks
meat
like it's
to his
giant
face.
spider meat. So like you'd see like
Oh,
some like legs all cooked up and charred.
oh god, I hate that. I hate giant spider meat. Never agrees with me. I always get very bad stomach cramps. Oh god. Alright.
Alright, so you're gonna refuse not eat any?
I'm not gonna refuse it. I'm gonna be very polite and like take a bite and then pass it over. Just like, I'm full.
Give me a deception.
Had a big meal on the way here. Smile.
I'm elf. I'm a half elf. We only need to eat small amounts. Offering.
Deception, I'll say deception or persuasion. Alright.
There you are.
So he kind of nods at you and he says, "It is all right. So what has Yinagu been doing to bother the human tribes?"
Well, Inago's not really doing anything, kind of not being on the plane. It's just all the followers, really. They're all a bit nuts. And they keep hunting people and farming people and eating people and killing people, and it's kind of a problem.
Give me a persuasion.
There seems to be some demon summoning going as well.
He growls and he would say, "The Knowlish people are all victims of Yinagu. Those that act against their fellow tribespeople are being tricked by his demons and his powers. They are not to be blamed for all of this. My brothers and sisters need to be broken from his influence."
I'm not blaming them, but unfortunately, to get our own people back, we have to fight them and kill them. So I'm not entirely like, damn all Knowles. It's just they're quite fanatic, and they don't ever seem to want to surrender.
So
We came across what's his name? The one we attacked and banished.
Did he have a
What
name?
was his name?
So he will take
I've
out
over it.
a pipe as he begins to like stuff the like dried bits into the end of it and lights it on fire. He says, "Many centuries ago, millennia even, our peoples, the elves and the gnolls, would have killed each other on sight. But much changes over time." He says, "The influences of Yinagu, however, were not ever fully discarded from our people." He says, "I know that you see us as demons and savages, but the Knolls have come a long way from our origins, linked to the demonic bloods of the Abyss." And he kind of
I'll find the
offers
name
you the pipe.
Take a big hit.
Well, he was offering it to Keller first.
See, Bragrun. That was his name. Sorry.
Found it.
Yeah, I know.
Bragrun?
I've got it. I have so many notes. It's ridiculous.
Wait, who's Bragran?
That was like the
Background is
paladin of
the old
Yenogu that we
zealot.
banished
Yeah, the old
Oh,
paladin zealot.
in the big fight.
Yes.
Mm.
So did you say that name to him as he's offering you the pipe?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say like, I'm gonna be like, as he's offering the play, there was a Noel Paladin thing that was there, like Bragrun, who got banished by our cleric at the time, and he's like, he didn't come back, so I'm guessing he's not from our plane. He's clearly from another place, and I wondered if that name means anything to you. And I'll take the pipe as I'm asking this.
Sorry, give me a moment. I have to remember some stuff about Bragran. Wasn't expecting you to mention him.
Always throw off the DM.
Anyways.
I color coordinate notes, and I have to just look at colors. I'm like, what color am I looking at? There we are. It sounds organized, but it's really not.
It definitely does. I mean, it sounds organized, but also a chaotic mess,
Yes.
which is the best way to organize.
I'm familiar with Bergrun. He is one of Yenogu's most deadly fighters. He says you engaged with him and lived.
Yes. I mean, in fairness, we banished him back home, so I don't know how engaged you can class that
Says
as.
it would have been better if you killed him, but I'm impressed that you were able to defeat him. Not anyone could. And he'll now pass the pipe over to Fisher. He says, "Earth."
I would have had.
Go ahead.
Keep going. No, I was going to say, because I took it from him, and as he said that, I'll pass it over, so I've not actually took a hit. Just like, yeah, no, that's very. Yes, there you go.
He says,
Fish just eyeballing the pipe the entire time.
yeah, so as it passes to you, he says, you are Earth Genasi, I believe is the word for your people. Strong
Warm and
like the
red.
rock. Though I have not met one before, the elders told me of some of your kind when I was very young. He says, are you a warrior like these others? You're not dressed like one.
I am. I am a warrior. I'm wearing heavy armor, so.
Oh, are you? Sorry, I
No,
keep
yeah,
thinking of you as a warlock. All right. So he says, as I was saying, your people are known for their strength of let's say, I guess, strength of spirit and body. I would have liked to see you fight Bergrun. It would have been interesting to see how one of your people wielded weaponry.
Well, he might come back from wherever he was banished, in which case we'll be there on the front line. On the Join Up showdown, I had a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I was waiting to use on him, but yeah, our cleric banished him before I had the chance.
As well. He has taken out many of my warriors, so I would like to see him put down at some point.
Wait, taken out? Like, how often does he come to the material plane?
He says, yes, he is known around the tribes, often sent with the cultists to recruit. He is feared among our people for his combat prowess.
So, like, the fact that before we banished him, he used to turn up a lot to. Oh, okay. With you now.
He
He hasn't
says
shown up since. He hasn't shown up recently, right?
his people are not welcomed here, but because of that, he considers us enemies, and I've lost whole war parties to ambushes by him and other cultists, as they would like to see us wiped from the depths of Gaian.
If we are to bring you Bagran's head, will you join our alliance and rise up against the cultists?
Raglan
says, I
isn't
would
there
be-
anymore.
He says, I would be happy to join you, regardless of bringing me his head, but there is more to be discussed. Tell me, if you've seen Bragrun, have you seen, was he with Zebrick or Bruv? Or was it just him and his war party?
Going to be completely honest, those mean nothing to me.
Oh, you would know if
I
he
don't
was
think
with
they do.
them. 3 of them are
Oh,
extremely deadly. One is
as far
a.
as I'm aware,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, as far as I'm aware, he wasn't. I think he was leading the outcampment we'd attacked. But he could have. They could have been there. I don't know what I'd be looking for.
As well, Zebrick is a Gloomstalker, a gnoll who is very well versed in the navigation of the caves. His abilities with the bow are legendary among my people, and he can quickly take out targets and not even be seen doing it. Broove is a shaman, much like myself. He has quite a bit of magical energy and arcane talents. So I think you would know if you had fought all three of them together. They aren't always together. They usually only team up when they feel there is quite a great threat or a very powerful enemy to overcome. If you meet them again, you might meet them as a war party.
Right, so Zebrak, Ranger, very bad. Shroom, does he turn into animals or what would he do?
Oh, Broove?
Yes,
He's
I thought it
Shroom.
was Shroom.
Oh no,
I thought it was
Broove.
Shroom. Sorry.
Mushrooms.
No, it's Broove. He can turn into animals, though not as much as some of the druids can. But most of his power is arcane, a mixture of arcane and divine influence, given to him by Inogu and earned through his own abilities. He says,
Druid, but not sure what's that for. Okay.
He says, but as I was saying, and I guess at this point he'll kind of pass the pipe over to Claw, I would be happy to work with the human tribes. I think that while you don't always embrace the way of the warrior, you certainly do have powerful soldiers among you. I would ask one thing, though. Perhaps as a show of your willingness to work with us, the three of you can, or I guess four of you, the four of you can help me with something. He says, I have
Help with what?
Well, there's a recent problem we've encountered where our river seems to have dried up. I've sent investigation parties to look into this, but none have returned. Perhaps you can go and see why the waters no longer flow.
Is
Okay,
anyone else hearing Raven cut out? His microphone cut out quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's a tiny bit, yeah.
Oh, am I cutting out?
A little.
Yeah,
There's nothing.
Oh, okay. Let me know if it gets better or worse. I moved the mic a little closer to my face.
I don't
Also,
know if it was
while
like
he
a
was-
power issue.
Yeah. While the shaman was talking, Claw would like sniff at the pipe to see what it was, or if she recognizes it.
Do you have herbalism?
I don't.
Okay. It's pretty potent stuff. I'm not sure if Claude does any smoking back in her tribe, but you'd probably be feeling it a little bit. I'll say everyone who smoked, give me a con save, DC 15.
She'd do it. 9.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
go.
Alright, they're all high.
Wait,
Any effects from it, or just high?
Give me, Keller, go ahead, give me a con save.
I didn't smoke it.
Oh,
Yeah, Keller specifically didn't.
okay.
I very specifically didn't smoke it.
so-
I held it as he told me about Bragrun, and then I passed it over.
So you feel very relaxed, not to the point of like disadvantage or anything, but yeah, just very laid back.
Just comfy.
It was very comfy as you sit here and listen to him talk. It might be making you more, I don't want to say susceptible, but maybe more susceptible to what he's saying, but with less sinister overtones.
Oh, Oliver's good.
14?
Oliver
No,
did it.
14 would
It's DC 15.
Yeah, it would be 15, so you're feeling pretty high too.
No, Oliver would be. That's Oliver, not me.
Oh,
I'm good.
Oliver. Okay, so Oliver is, yeah.
Oliver would have smoked it. Oliver
he's-
100% would
He's
have
like,
smoked
oh yeah,
it.
he
Oh,
definitely
he's
would have.
stressed.
He's feeling it. So yes, if you can figure out why the water stopped flowing, if you do this for us, we would be happy to listen to you and whatever suggestions you have for an alliance. What exactly are you looking for from us?
Well, I suppose that kind of depends on what you want to out of this alliance as well.
And he says, the Blood Claw are very self-sufficient. There's not much we need. Our issues with the cultists, well, I suppose they can be costly at times. I've lost people to them. Perhaps, well, he says, but your people are so far from mine. He says, I know where your settlements are, and you'd be nowhere nearby to help in the event of an attack.
Here's the thing, what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to reach out to yourself as the first, clearly going to the strongest clan first and get your backing. But we're also hoping to go to
Give me
Spear,
a persuasion
Rock.
with advantage on that. You said the strongest first.
Yeah.
So
Feed their egos.
he smiles a bit. He says, "You are wise to come to us first, then, because we are the strongest tribe."
Yeah, no, that's why we came to you. And then we're hoping to go to Long Spear, Sharp Rock, Deep Fang, and One Eye. And all of you, get all of us to form like an alliance against the...
He says, "You would be. It is not a good idea for you to speak with the Deep Fang. They are known Yinogu worshippers. You would most likely just be attacked."
Yeah, but see, the thing was that the people that were there weren't just Deep Fang. There was people from loads of different tribes. So clearly the Deep Fang are still suffering the same problem you are. Just because they also... It's a good way to... If we can learn some things about how the Deep Fang as a tribe are able to worship Inagu and yet haven't succumbed to effects that the Shroom Shield have told us before, many tribes that worship Inagu, then that's something worth looking into, because potentially we can save the gnolls that have left each of your tribes to join, and we can get them back, and they might not lose the things that drew them there.
What has the Shroom Shield told you about the Yinogu worshippers?
Oh, Shroom Shield has told us...
X notes.
I know, check my notes. Give me a minute. I need to read. That basically, that you offer yourself to Inagu in exchange for power that is gifted to you from him. The problem is that power comes at a price, and that power is corruptive, and it basically sends you into a rage that you give yourself over to this power from Inagu, and for a short time your power is quicker, and it's quicker, but it has strings, and the power... the power when you have... then you have no control over it. Basically, it's like cheating. So, you get given power, but it comes with strings, and you have to do as he says, and you're basically his whipping bit.
And as you have said, they have to accept the power. The corruption is not something forced upon them, and the Deep Fang have accepted this power. Their shaman is a worshipper of Yinogu.
Yes, but the Deep Fang haven't destroyed themselves like what the Shroom Shield told us happens to many people who worship them. The Shroom Shield told us that Deep Fang are a tribe who have been around for a couple generations, and they still worship him. So there's something at least to be gained from learning. Wanting to empower yourself is not a bad thing.
Says, well, while the tribes can destroy themselves, worshipping Yinagu is not something that always happens, or destroying oneself is not something that always happens when you worship Yinogu. It is possible because of how chaotic he is, but Many Knoll tribes still exist that worship him. Some have grown quite powerful. The Deep Fang only recently succumbed to the blah, uh, whatever the ploys of Inogo. But since the new shaman has accepted the power, the tribe as a whole has kind of forced it upon their people.
So there might be people there who want to fight, and it's worth going to them.
As well. I've warned you. You should do what you think is best, but I think that tribe is lost. Even the Long Spear and the Sharp Rock, most of those tribes have great amounts of corruption within them. So it'll be an uphill battle. The One Eye, I believe, are still savable. And of course, the Shroom Shield, it seems you've already gained an alliance with.
Yes, they've set up their own actual community close to Candle to work with us. So if you all wanted to, that's certainly an option. You could move down there and help build that community up.
Our scouts told us that the Shroom Shield were destroyed by the cultists, so they actually just moved to your area, is what happened.
Yeah, well, technically they were taken prisoner by the cultists. We freed them, and as a thank you, they came and was staying at Last Light. And from working together, we decided that we would set up a community, and they will have their own clothes so that we can help, but they get to keep their individuality and their autonomy.
Give me another persuasion check. It says, and you've been living with the Shroom Shield. Your tribes have not warred with each other?
I mean, don't get me wrong, when we first started, there was a bit of tension. You know, the people of Last Light had just been captured by gnolls, and as you do to humans, I suppose, you know, they couldn't tell the difference between one gnoll to another. But it's from spending time and making connections and making friends, we've learned that there are differences.
So at this point, several of the gnolls start talking to him, and he is talking back to them, though you're not sure what he's saying. After a moment of speaking to all of them, he says, you've given me a lot to think about, but I believe an alliance between our peoples would be beneficial. I've seen the human tribes fight with great ingenuity, though not always using as much strength as our people have. Still impressive what they can accomplish. And of course, the Shifter tribe is one to be admired. Warriors through and through. For now, I think if you were to look into the water problem and figure out what has happened and what happened to my scouting group I sent to investigate it, that would at least give me a show of your goodwill, and then we could talk about more details.
Yeah, no, entirely. Where on this map, where is your water thing? Where does it run from and head to? Where did your people go missing?
He says, if you follow the river, what's left of it, it should lead you towards the problem. I'm assuming that it's something simple like a cave-in, but again, if it were, my party of scouts would have come back by now. I was going to send another party soon, but perhaps if you are truly powerful warriors, this could be a good way to demonstrate that.
Yeah.
To look into this, and it might be something simple, like maybe a cave needs to be cleared. But I have a feeling there's something more to this.
I suspect so. We will definitely add it to our list.
Thank you. And once you return, we can speak more of the alliance and what might be involved. My people are ready to fight and do what is required.
No, definitely.
Is Fisher or Claw saying anything in all this, or are you all just kind of still smoking and relaxing?
I had a couple of
She'd just be
questions.
chilling.
I
I do
imagine,
have a question towards the end.
All right, I imagine you guys are getting very high while Keller is just talking a bunch.
Mm.
But go ahead,
Yeah.
Fisher. What were you saying?
Fish is pretty high now. He's going to ask. On the way here, we ran into a rather strange, sulfur-smelling patch of area in the caves. Any idea what that might have been?
He says something to one of his people, who says something back. He looks at you and he says, can you show me on your maps where you saw this, or where you smelled this?
Are we able to sort of recall where we were exactly on the map?
Well, do you have someone kind of mapping the caves as you go? I just assumed you did, but I guess you don't have to be doing that.
Yeah,
I imagine. Go on.
Seems like a good, sensible thing to be doing.
Yeah, I guess like maybe Fisher, or probably not Claw, but maybe Fisher or Keller.
Definitely not Claw.
Maybe
I say
Claw.
definitely Keller. Keller's definitely like doing like the maps, like calligraphy, like cartography, just like yeah, no, and then we go this way. Like it's one of the things he's done, like he
Yeah,
grew
because
up doing as a kid.
if you are mapping,
What is
then
that?
once you go someplace, you don't have to make checks to go there again. But are you going to show them where you were on the map?
Yeah.
We're
So
here.
his people, or he like points to one of the, or he says something to one of the guys who looks over at your map, one of the gnolls with it, who would say something to the shaman, and he says, it could have been one of the mushroom deposits. I'm told some of them do smell of sulfur and brimstone. That may have been what you were smelling. We
Out of
can
curiosity,
investigate that.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a good. Because I'm sitting there thinking, I grew up with shroom forests around me, and at no point do I ever think. Like, it's not like when I grew up there. No, that makes sense. Like,
Says no. It is a bit of a rare herb, a rare shroom. It can be used in the brewing of some very potent potions. So we can harvest this if we can find it. At least that's what my herbalist here is telling me. And the gnoll kind of smiles at all of you as the shaman points him out.
Oh, we will go and investigate your water supply, and you can potentially look into that sulfuric smell, and it can be acts of goodwill on both halves.
Says I appreciate that. Thank you.
Right.
So yeah, what were you? What else were you saying, Fisher? Anything else?
Yeah, the only thing else was I was wondering if they've had visits from any other outsiders.
He says, no, we trade with the other Knoll tribes, but the humans steer clear of us, which is understandable. We are not on the best terms with your tribes, mostly due to misunderstandings in the past. He says,
it's understandable.
That's why I was a bit surprised that your people now would want to talk peace.
Well, we're a ragtag bunch, you know, not really a proper human among us, but yeah.
There's not a human amongst us. Oh, what is Oliver? It's Oliver. Sorry, I keep forgetting you're human.
Oliver just shakes his head as he takes another puff. Ugh.
He's not human anymore. He's too high.
Yeah. It's like, what? Shut up. He just falls back down the pillow. What about Claw? You said you had something to say?
Yeah, she would have mentioned, like, is it possible for you to teach us Gnollish if we're gonna go speak with these other Gnoll tribes? I feel like it would make communication easier.
Though Gnollish is not the easiest to learn, especially coming from your language. It took me a while to master Common. and it will probably take you all a while to master Knoll, but if you wish to stay with us, we can do our best to teach you. And that would just be the downtime rules for learning a new language.
Yeah. Like, I don't think mastery is required, just some level of conversational.
Yeah. All right. So, what does the group want to do?
Oh, one last question.
Yeah.
Have they seen any or heard any rumors of demon or devil attacks, summoned monsters appearing in the dark? We ran into shadow demons. Tell them about that.
He says, demons have been known to wander these caves. Some think they are summoned by Inogu, but I think it is the shadows of the deep that bring them forth, as many of them are more shadowy and still chaotic, but less so than many of the more powerful demons summoned from the hells. He says, why do you ask?
We're on the trail of someone who seems to be summoning creatures, and we were attacked by shadow demons in the caves not so long ago, and we're trying to get to the bottom of that.
And you think these demons wait, did you tell him that they said your name?
No.
Okay. He
Definitely
says
didn't mention that.
there are demons in the shadows, like the ones you're describing, but they are often just creatures that exist within the darkness of the caves. It's if you have light with you, it won't fully protect you, but it will keep them from being as effective against you. That's why it's important to carry light even when you can see in the darkness.
They were no match for us anyway, but if you have any spare light sources that we might be able to
He nods. He says,
purchase from you.
speak to my quartermaster. He will sell you supplies if need be. We have many torches that we've made.
Have we been carrying torches this like whole time? I don't know if I discussed that with you guys when we joined.
I assume the group either had torches or a light spell going. I don't know.
believe
I think
Arlon can
Arlon
cast
does light.
Sorry, what?
I think Arlon took light as a cantrip, so
Yeah, I
probably
believe
has
so.
a few light spells going on us.
So he probably has. He can only have one up at a time, but yeah, that would give a.
Oh, is it? Can't what? I thought you could have more. Oh wait, no, it's
No.
concentration. I'm dumb.
Well, it's not concentration, but I believe the spell says if you do a second one, the first one goes away. At least for the cantrip light.
Yeah, the spell if you cast again, dismiss.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
you can't just light up your whole group.
Can.
But yeah, I'll say Arlen had light on your group just to keep away the darkness and the madness of the deep. He says, you are welcome to stay here as long as you wish before going. We have food and drink, and if you wish to rest, we can give you a place. I will let my people know that you are a friend, at least for now. He says, I only ask...
stick around or something?
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask the group whether they wanted to stick around at all, or whether they wanted to head to this river.
Well, I assume you're at least going to finish eating and then finish smoking, and then yeah, it's up to you what you want to do next. If you're going to leave right away, or if you want to rest, or whatever you want to do. I guess you aren't really too beat up because you didn't get into any fights yet, so.
Yeah, being fully rested.
So yeah, what does the group want to do? I'll say you finish lunch, you maybe talk a little bit more, and then yeah.
I don't feel like we need to rest here unless anyone like really wants to.
Nope.
No, I'm good.
Did someone mention buying supplies?
No, all good. I don't need supplies.
What's the time that we're done when lunch is done?
We'll say it's 3:30.
The fact of the matter is, we might as well stay here, stay the night, instead of trying to find a place to camp and potentially getting attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
See if we can maybe gather information as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What
find
we can learn about the
some
other
food.
tribes, about this tribe, what they know about the cult of Inagu.
All right, so you're gonna
Well,
stay
not many
here
of
the
the Knolls.
night.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, without speaking Knoll, the only one you can really talk to is their chieftain.
Okay.
If you ask him about the tribes, he can definitely give you his opinion. As he said, he feels that the Deep Fang, the Long Spear, and the Sharp Rock are too far gone, and you shouldn't even try. But the One
Well,
Eye and
I'm
the
gonna
Shroom
ask him
Shield, he's not that they have like alliances, but at least he feels good about them.
Well, I'm going to ask him for any information that he has on all of them that we don't, or well, for any information he has, and then anything that we don't already know. Like, what does he know about the tribes? How they work? Like, best way to get it to talk to them, considering we don't speak Knoll. Like that stuff. From any suggestions he has, or that stuff, anything like that. Unless it's stuff I'm just getting retold from the Shroom Shield, in which case I won't make any extra notes.
All right. So I guess you and Fisher give me persuasion checks. Let's see what you can get out of him.
Okay.
All right. So he doesn't really have good advice about how to approach any of the ones who are kind of allies with the cultists, the Deep Fang, Long Spear, and Sharp Rock. He doesn't. His people don't trade with theirs and pretty much attack them on sight. But you would learn of another clan, which he seems to have a little bit more fear of. They are also Hinogu worshippers. They are known as the Wildfire, and they have high magic.
Wild what?
Wildfire.
Okay.
And they have high magic potential within their clan. A lot of shamans. Apparently, they empower their magic through dark rituals they do that link them to Yinogu. And out of all of the tribes, he would say they are the most dangerous and most potent allies under the cultists.
Can he show us where on the map they would be?
He doesn't actually know where their camp is. He hasn't, at least they're not within the immediate area. His scouts haven't found them.
Where's the most common area you run into that clan
He
on the
says
map?
they're sighted to the, I guess, northeast, although there's not really a northeast, but cave-wise, it's over here.
Okay.
But we don't usually go out that far. So we don't have too much experience dealing with them. We've tried to
You
keep...
said
Any of the
along
other-
with-
Or go ahead.
Any of the other tribes
long-
have had more dealings with them?
Sorry, Fisher, what were you saying? Yeah, let me get...
the long spear and the sharp tooth are already lost. They're fully corrupted and by the cultists.
He says, in my opinion, I think it's dangerous to try to speak with them, but if you think you can, I guess it would be up to you what you want to do. But it would certainly be dangerous and difficult, as their leadership is allies with Inogu. And go ahead, Keller, what were you saying?
Are there any other tribes that we've mentioned, the other ones, that would have better relations with the Wildfire clan?
None who we are friendly with. Probably any of those three corrupt ones.
Okay.
Anyway, anything? That's probably most of the valuable information you get from talking to him. Is there anything anyone else is doing? Not, I can just pass some time. As you said, you're just staying the day here, right?
Yeah, we're spending the night here.
Okay.
I mean, if
Well,
we're gonna do
fine, yeah.
that, we could probably potentially start trying to learn Null, because I think it takes 10 work weeks, is what it said, which is a fuck ton of
Yeah,
time. But it's better to get started.
minus your int modifier.
Yeah, I have a negative int, but it
Yeah,
says that
so
doesn't
it'll just
affect
be
it.
10, yeah. So if you want to start a project for that, we'll say, I think it's what, 5 gold pieces a day or something.
Yeah, it's 25 a week essentially.
Yeah, so
So
you could
probably
start a
pretty-
project. It would be, I guess. Do any of you have non-negative int modifiers?
No, I've got a +3.
Oh, +3 int, so it'd only be 7 weeks for you then. So it'd be 50 days, or yeah. Well, I don't know. Is Keller trying to learn Nolish?
Yeah, Keller would definitely be trying to learn
Alright,
knowledge.
so go ahead and create a project for that. And basically, yeah, just make a note that it's 5 gold pieces every day that you put into it. 50 days for Claw, 35 days for Keller. And yeah, you could
Okay.
do 8 hours. You still have enough time in the day. For today,
so
I mean.
5
That'd be
days.
one day down.
Yeah, so you put 1 day towards it. Spend 5 gold.
I mean, in a cheat way, I can always do the psychic thing, which lets me do it.
5 out of 250. I'm just gonna keep track of that there as well.
Okay.
Let me be right back.
Yeah, let's do a break, 10-minute break, and we'll continue in a moment.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Let me subtract that 5 gold then as well.
I missed.
Alright, how are we doing?
I'm back.
What about
Okay.
Fisher and Claw?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Right. So yeah, we could say we passed the day here. You all get to learn a day of Knoll, and it is now the 47th at 8 a.m. You don't have to spend rations. The Knolls are going to feed you. So, the next day, you all wake up refreshed, and one of the Knolls from the tribe comes to your campsite and has a large spider with him. And he kind of offers you the reins of the spider. It looks like it has a bunch of like saddlebags on it.
I think your mic might have given up the ghost there, Raven.
Sorry, what?
I think your mic like fully cut out when you were talking then.
Yeah, you said a bunch of and then just went silent.
Hang on.
It wouldn't be D&D without tech issues.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try disconnecting and reconnecting to Discord. I've never had mic issues, or I don't have them often. So give me one moment.
Not have to learn the language entirely.
Alright, does that sound any
I know, I
better?
didn't realize I could do that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Alright. So the Knoll brought you all what looks like a pack spider. It's like a pack mule, except it can much more easily traverse caves. And he kind
Very
of just
cool.
gives you the reins to it.
Terrifying.
I think we should call him Rodney.
Rodney, the
Rodney
pack
the
spider. So the
Oh,
spider just
Grandad,
kind
we call
of
it Grandad.
twitches its mandibles at
Mhm.
you.
Right.
Good
Thank
boy,
you so
Rodney.
much for the spider.
He
Yes,
bows
no, we
and
will take
walks
that.
away. So yeah, you have a pack mule. Basically, has the same stats as a pack mule, but it's a spider. So, like I said, it can much more easily move around the caves.
Oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned as well, but I dropped the spell description before we rested. I found a quiet area, or maybe my tent, and we summoned Delboy.
Yeah, sure. You just spend the components for that, and you could summon him.
Sweet.
He says, "I'm back, Master. Don't kill me again."
You killed yourself. You had one job.
He says, "Of course, Master. How silly of me. Well, next time I'll make sure I do better when I fly into the enemies you command me to."
I give him a little grub on his head, a little rub,
He just
tickle under his little
He just
chin.
gives you a big old smile, and then
I'm not gonna
grumbles
lie,
something in
Delboy's got a
Infernal.
lot nicer to you recently. What the fuck?
All right. So, are you ready to try to follow the river?
No, we're
Yeah.
not going to do the river. We're gonna go off and visit all the other Knoll camps and get all of their tasks in hand, and then do them all at once.
So where are you
Are we
going
actually?
Off to the
What's the
one
next
eye.
nearest No.
One Eye.
What's the next nearest? A One-Eye. We'll go One-Eyed camp then.
Yeah, because there's only one camp that way, and it's the most likely to join us.
The One Eye is about a day's journey, so it's going to be a little while till you get there. So that's what you're doing instead?
Yeah. I think we should go over to the One Eye with Rodney.
All right. So then you will have to, once again, traverse unknown caves. So I need a...
And we did rest, right?
Yeah, you did a long rest.
Alright, cool. So I got my one shift
off.
back, so then I'm gonna spend one, so I have advantage on the survival.
Are you going to let the Knolls know that you're not going to do the river thing, or are you just leaving?
I mean, they didn't.
Well, we
set a
have to lead to the
timeframe.
river thing anyway, wouldn't we?
I didn't hear you. What?
We didn't
We'd
set
have to
time.
lead to-
They didn't set a time frame, did they? It's how long?
I mean, you didn't set a time frame, but you know they're kind of low on water. So if you're just going to take a week to do all the other tribes, like, yeah, they might just have to do it themselves.
Is the One Eye in the same direction as the water?
The water
Look
seems
like
to
the river heads
go.
that way?
No, the water's going north. The river.
Okay.
So you'd be traveling more up towards the Deep Fang.
So do we wanna just head north to Deep Fang instead? And just see if we can do both?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as much like a video game where you can just stick it in your quest log and get back to it like a month later. Like,
Yeah,
they're
there's
actually-
time.
There is actually, like, yeah, like them not having water, they're just gonna have to do it because they were expecting you to just do it today, or at least look into it today.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I said
that'll teach
on-
them to get clarification.
That's true. How dare, yeah. You didn't say we do it right now.
No.
Oh, it's on our to-do list.
I said it's on our to-do list.
All right. Well, yeah. I
I
mean,
if I like, I didn't know they were like that struggling for water. Like, how dire did it seem?
well, it's not dire. Like, it's not like they're, you know, all dying or anything, but it's something that they would probably have to solve soon because that is a water source.
Yeah, then I would definitely advocate more for we go and scout north while doing the water thing. Make progress on both things that we have to do.
No, I'm not against two birds, one stone entirely.
All right. So you're gonna try to head north towards Deep Fang while following the river.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of scout out a path north.
So once again, give me some checks. Again, it would be survival. You could probably use knowledge nature, though I don't think anyone has knowledge nature in the group. So yeah, survival.
Yeah, then I blow a charge of my shift. Advantage on the survival check, 18.
Now that shift only lasts a minute, right?
Let me post it.
Because actually, I don't know if that would work for several hours of what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a shift for a minute.
So yeah, I'd probably say that wouldn't be good for like overland
Oh,
long term.
Fair.
Because it'd be good for more like a situation where you had to quickly do something. So for this, it probably wouldn't help you.
Okay, so then I don't do that, but then the flat roll is still just an 18.
Okay, so
Good to know.
18. And someone else was helping?
Oliver will. Give me a second.
Yeah, because if you roll really well, it might cut down on the time. 18 is definitely beats it, but you might... okay.
Might just get a 20
Oh,
smile,
nice.
but no.
Alright, so you're following the river. You're going for a couple of hours. And you come to an area of the cave that looks like it's partially collapsed. And you would feel like almost like vibrations. Something seems off about this path. But if a collapse is what caused the river to stop flowing, that would be an easy fix. But again, you feel more vibrations somewhere nearby. What do you want to do?
What kind of vibrations? Like tremors?
Yeah, almost like a tremor, but give me a. I guess knowledge nature might tell you something here. Okay.
How about
So, yeah, almost like continuous vibrations, like kind of intermittent. So like they keep coming and going, which seems a little weird for an earthquake.
Right, so we're 100% committed. This thing is not an earthquake. This thing is probably a living being that's going to be a fucking nightmare to kill. Yes?
Yes.
I'm down for a good fight. It's been a few days.
So it is probably about 11 a.m. at this point. Yeah, do you want to keep following the river? Or what's left of the river?
Yes.
Okay. So, another hour passes as you're kind of going through this collapsed area. You start to get or you start to smell something a bit odd. We don't have any alchemists here, right?
No.
No.
It almost smells acidic, like a very strong acidy smell. And yeah, the tremors again seem kind of intermittent. There'll be like some rumbling, it'll stop for a while, then there'll be some more rumbling. And you might actually notice, I'll say Keller, every now and then, like the water that's trickling through here seems kind of strange.
How does it seem strange?
Investigation might tell you more.
Okay. We'll investigate the trickling water.
It's very acidic.
Okay.
Like almost like there's some kind of chemical component mixed in with the water.
So it's not like it's melting the riverbed then?
No, I mean, like, the rocks might be a little bit bleached, but it's not strong enough where, like, your feet are burning or anything. Because you are walking, at least partially, like, every now and then have to walk through the water. But, yeah, it's, something's definitely up.
Right. So, I tell everyone that about the acidic water.
Guess we need to find the source, man.
Do any of us have any... Is there any way of... Or do any of us have any idea of what could be causing this? Because I've got a very bad feeling it's...
Alright, and as you're saying that, you hear a loud growl echo from somewhere up ahead. Something, something made a very loud noise somewhere in the cave ahead of you where you're going.
Do you all want to stay here and I go and scout out what it could be?
Yes.
I mean, unless you can guarantee you won't be seen, I don't think we should split.
I mean, I can't guarantee I'm not going to get seen, but out of all of us, I don't need a light source.
I don't think any of us need a light source.
Yeah, you all have dark
Oliver
vision.
does.
Oliver says, "Yep," but you know, it is the madness in the dark. I think, I don't know, Keller. I don't think you should go up alone. Whatever this is, it sounds big.
You realize I can see perfectly fine in the dark to when it's daylight, right? There's no difference for me whatsoever.
He says, yeah, but if you get caught by whatever it is, then we won't be there to help you.
Alright, just let me go 30 feet ahead of you. I can get back easy enough.
All right.
Well, let me just go out. Let me just go beyond the torchlight area.
All right. We'll at least keep you in vision then.
Well, I would just want to be outside where it's lit, so I'm in darkness. So if anything's looking at the light, it doesn't see me.
All right. So you continue traveling with you kind of scouting a little bit ahead. So yeah, as you make your way deeper into the shaky cave, you would find a dead knoll, partially dissolved. Billy, before I say that, let me check something. Make sure I'm not talking out my butt here. Alright, so actually, he looks kind of bloated. Medicine might tell you more.
You have to be proficient?
And I lied about the acidic nature of the water. Something would seem off about it, but it wouldn't be acidic.
Okay. The lie, don't risk him.
Yeah, so, alright, with a 14, you've seen effects like this before because you work with poison. This knoll was poisoned and died from it. Some kind of very potent poison.
Can I tell how was it injected? Did it inhale it?
You said you don't have training?
Not in medicine, no.
It's hard to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Survival might tell you something else, though. So you think he's been dead for at least a couple of days.
Okay.
It's kind of getting a little bit of a smell off him.
Does he have the markings and all that of the blood claw that we were just with?
Yeah, he's definitely one of the Blood Claw tribe.
Oh, well. Right, okay. Keep going up forward, keeping ahead of the group.
Okay. So you start to hear what sounds like a breathing, like something is breathing in the tunnels ahead. You can't see it yet because it seems like you have to go around a turn. But as you get closer, you see 3 more gnolls laying on the ground, again kind of looking bloated and poisoned to death.
And that's where the breathing's coming from.
It sounds like it's very close, but unfortunately you'd have to turn a corner to try to see what it is.
Can I try and hide, I'm guessing with all of it, there's stalagmites and rocks and all that stuff that are sticking out. So can I try and stick as close to that as I can to try and blend in and poke my head around?
Yeah, that's fine. Give me a stealth check. Okay. So, as you kind of are sneaking, trying to keep yourself out of sight, you move around the corner and you see a large caved-in area, a bunch of water, and a very big head seemingly stuck in the cave-in. The head immediately turns towards you, growling, and it says, "You there, step forward. Run and I breathe on you." In common.
Can I see them back behind me?
If you turn around, yeah, they're still 30 feet behind you.
Right, I'm gonna say to the dragon, I'm not gonna run away, but let me just tell someone something. And I will be right with you.
He says,
And I'm gonna lean back and go,
All
There's
of
a
you.
gra-
All of you step forward.
Yeah, there's a green dragon trapped.
And he
Yeah.
growls, and you feel the rumbling as he tries to pull his head from the rocks.
Don't growl. You're not getting out.
Give me a persuasion at disadvantage. $16.
16.
He says, "Quiet. Come here. I won't ask again. If you disobey, you'll end up like those gnolls over there."
And you're gonna still end up stuck in a fucking hole.
Give me another persuasion at disadvantage.
Piss off the dragon. Let's go.
So his eyes narrow at you as he inhales a bunch green vapors at the edge of his
Right.
mouth. He says, "I won't ask again."
And I've told you to be nicer. If you breathe on us, you're still stuck in a hole and we're just dead. We can't help you if we're dead.
Give me a persuasion, normal.
Wow, that's when I suck.
Ooh.
Yep.
Give me a minute. I'm
Um,
adding d8s to this.
Ooh.
Wow, 9.
You can use a story point to reroll.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna do that.
Probably a good idea. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Roll a
What?
reroll a d8 because you do get the d8 again. All right.
What the fuck?
Do you want to use another story point?
Yeah,
All right.
burn through this
What?
shit.
What the actual
Yes,
fuck?
and then I'll do the d8 again.
All right.
There we are.
So he
Oh my god.
That was bad.
I can't
he
believe that.
considers a moment. He says, "I suppose you were right. Still, step forward now."
Alright. What's the magic word?
Oh wow, you were pushing your luck. Persuasion check.
No, I will step forward. I'll still say what's the magic word, but I'll still step forward.
He says the magic word is now. Where are the rest of your friends?
They're coming. They were further behind because I'm better in the dark.
Oliver whispers, "Are we really going up there if there's a dragon?" I mean,
Well, unless you can outrun its
this
breath.
is
yeah.
to the rest of the others, not you.
Okay.
He says, I mean, Keller might be dead. I don't know if we can save him.
Have you heard how much he's talking?
I know. He's going to get us all killed. That's part of the reason why I don't know if we should go up there. If we make a run for it, the dragon can't see us. And he looks to you and Claw.
Okay.
I'm not gonna run. We should help this thing. It's trapped here.
So Oliver sighs. He's like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't leave Keller. He probably wouldn't leave me." So the rest of you... Or go ahead.
The knoll that we first saw that was poisoned, how far away was that?
It was probably about the furthest one. How far away was he? He was about 100 or so feet down the cave.
Okay.
So yeah, the rest of you come into view. This is a massive head stuck in the rocks. He says, "Get me out of here." He says, "There must be a way from behind. If you climb up into the caves, you might be able to free me. Do this now, and one of you must stay here. I don't trust letting all of you go."
You want us to climb over you, to get behind you, to free your head, for you then to eat us afterwards? No.
He says, "I will not eat you if you help me escape."
Why of a dragon
how-
trapped?
How did you get your head stuck in the cave?
Give me a persuasion. Oh, jeez. He says, "That is my business. It is not yours to ask, but to do as I say, if you wish to live."
You know what? Part of me genuinely wants to die just to piss the dragon off even more.
Wait, are you saying that out loud?
No.
Oliver will
No.
say, I think we can help you, Mr. Dragon. And he gives you a look, Keller. He's like, shut up.
Oh,
Maybe one of the less strong people can stay behind. So if we have to move big rocks, like we have all the strong people with us.
Well, yeah, that would be me. I'm the weakest of us. Well, actually, no. Arlen's probably weaker than all of us.
He says,
To be fair, I'm not actually that strong.
In fairness, I mean...
wait, aren't you in heavy armor? Doesn't that require a decent strength?
30.
13 is fair. Well, I mean, it's not super strong, but it's not weak. 13 is above average.
I mean, in fairness, like, if Claw and Fisher are behind him, with Arlen and Oliver there, I'm the only one facing the dragon, and if I piss him off, I can outrun how fast he can fucking breathe.
Well...
Okay.
I don't know.
90 feet in 6... I can do 90 feet in 6 seconds. I can outrun his breath.
Yeah, remember, the furthest guy away was 110.
Yeah, but that's 90 in 6 seconds. If I hold my breath for 2 minutes, it's my constitution modifier, I can outrun him.
Holding your...
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
that's true.
see.
This is all speculation.
You go for it.
He
go
says,
for it,
so he would say, what is the matter? What are you discussing as you're kind of off to the side talking? He says, free me.
How rude you... Discussing how rude you are and how best
Nope.
to free you.
Keller's just volunteering to stay here and
Keller will. Keller genuinely is just like, there's
good.
no point me going behind because I'm not the most physically good at lifting things. So
if one of you must die, then I would like it to be the mouthy elf.
So trust me, dear.
Well,
if I'm going,
you're having
you're
having such stimulating conversations, so why not enjoy each other's company a bit longer, and we'll climb over your head and try and get you out of this pain.
Before anyone does that, though, I want to do one thing. So, you want us to free you, and once you're free, that's great, but you need to give us your word, and I do mean swearing to it, that once you're free, you will fuck off and leave us alone for the rest of our lives.
Give me a persuasion.
And I'm going to burn a story point to get advantage on this.
Well, story point wouldn't give you advantage. Story point is just reroll, which is better than advantage. Okay. But if you have inspiration, you could do that. 18.
And I'm going to add a psychic die. I'm doing this shit. I'm not risking.
21.
20.
He says, if you free me, I promise, or swear as you say, that I will not consume you in poison and watch your bloated corpse explode.
Oh, he's promised not to do it for the rest of our lives, so we're good.
Yes, for the rest of your lives. In fact, maybe I'll even reward you if you do it quickly. And he growls and once again pulls his head against the rocks as the cavern rumbles a bunch.
If you want them to climb over you, you can't be pulling your head. You'll crush them.
Very well. He says, I'm not sure if there's a way to connect to the other side. The back of my body is underwater, as it seems like a bunch of water from the river behind me is built up.
Okay.
So you'll have to find a way around. Yeah, if you look up, sorry, real quick, if you look up his, it doesn't look like you can climb over him, like the rocks are fully covering the cave area, so you might have to find a way around.
Okay, so tell us how you got stuck. We need to know how you got stuck to try and figure out a way to get out. Get you out.
As I was traveling through the caves and the rocks fell on me. What more do you need to know?
Okay, so you were traveling through the caves.
What's your insight? 17? You don't think he's telling you everything. In fact, you are getting a little bit of embarrassment from him. Like, maybe he doesn't want to talk about how he got himself stuck.
Okay, I'm going to... for free, do my psychic connection thing I need to roll a d8 to see how long this is going to last. And I'm going to link the dragon, me,
1 hour.
an hour, and Claw. No, the dragon, Claw. I don't think I counted in the 3, so
Oh,
I'm
you know what?
automatic.
I just realized that with the story point reroll, you're not supposed to get 2 of those. You're supposed to take whatever the reroll is. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
Too
so you
late
got
now.
Dragon's pissed off now.
The dragon already. Dragon
The
would
dragon
probably just
roll
killed you.
initiative.
the
Ah!
That's
benefit is the benefit is he just gave us his word he won't eat us, so we're good.
True.
He
He's an
just
evil
promised he wouldn't kill
dragon,
us for the
though.
rest of our lives.
The
He just
question
promised he wouldn't
is,
kill us.
is he lawful evil or chaotic evil?
Or neutral evil.
Or neutral
He gave us his
evil?
word he wouldn't kill us for the rest of our lives, which means that he can cause the cave in, but he can't do it. Okay, so I'm going to connect me, Claw, Fisher, the dragon. I don't count in the 3. I don't believe.
Did you use Divine Sense?
Yeah, I was dropping Divine Sense.
I mean, so he's not any of those things. He's not a celestial fiend or undead. You do sense evil from him, though.
Yeah, I figured. Just thought I'd double check if he was evil or not.
Yeah.
I think all chromatic are.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect all like me, Claw, Fisher, and the dragon together. I'm not gonna tell him that they're in it. And I'm gonna say like, okay, so clearly you don't. And this is me saying it into his head, with hopefully them two getting that they shouldn't speak because of what I'm gonna say. Like, okay, you clearly don't want anybody to know what happened, so this is just a psychic connection between me and you.
Well, I
Could you
don't
please-
think they can hear you unless you want them to. Because I know, like, they
I want
can't I believe with the psychic connection, they can't communicate with each other. They can only communicate with you, and you can choose who you communicate with. So if you want to just send it to the dragon, you can.
Oh yeah, no, then I'll send this to the dragon.
Okay.
Like, okay, so clearly you don't want anybody to know, and this psychic link means no one will know. How did you actually get stuck? Because we need to know how to get you out.
Give me a persuasion.
Adding a D8.
Says you have a
I've
lot
got a
of
few.
you have a lot of tricks for a simple soldier. How is it that you can communicate with me telepathically?
It's a trick. So come on, tell me. How'd you get stuck?
He says, I was chasing something, and I was
What were
not
you
careful
chasing?
about my movements. He says, a creature who dared taunt me, much like you're doing now.
I'm not taunting you. I'm asking you questions to figure out a way to get you out. So what did you do to get your head stuck?
He
I don't
says,
care what you were chasing.
he
What
would
did you do to get your head stuck?
yell in your head, I am a dragon, and you would dare talk to me as an equal? I could kill all of you so easily if I wanted to. Just breathe out and you would all pop.
Well, then two things. One, you're a lying two-faced dragon because you just gave us your word you wouldn't kill us for the rest of our natural lives. And two, you do that, you're still stuck.
Says, if everyone is dead who I made my swear to, no one would know I lied.
Can I tell if the
Everybody's
dragon's
dead.
getting annoyed?
You
I
just
like,
see
fake
you would just see
movement.
the dragon now like staring at Keller growling,
You just see
and
me and
Keller
Keller just
staring back at him,
me and
giving
Keller
him like
staring
an
at the
angry
dragon.
face. Yeah.
I'm not doing an angry face. I've got like a smug like that
Or
eyebrow
whatever, yeah,
lifted,
like a
just like a
smug
come on.
face.
Yeah.
He
As
says,
much as I love a
No.
fight, I know when we're outmatched. Please don't piss off the dragon telepathically.
I'm not trying. I'm not trying.
Do you
Alright,
love your
fine.
backup
Like,
characters? Like, you come into a cave and find a bunch more bloated corpses.
alright,
Yeah.
fine. I will.
You new characters, come here.
Oh,
I just-
Harlan just comes. Harlan
Someone
just
did-
comes back next week, and the whole party's dead.
yeah, he's like, what happened?
Casual dragon TPK.
If we walk into there and we see this dragon, one of you guys is gonna like just gag my character, just like you're not fucking talking.
All right, enough out of you. All right, so sorry. What are you saying to him telepathically?
If Claw's saying that to me, I'm gonna be like, all right, fine, then you guys try and get around him. Apparently, he was chasing something that insulted
Yeah.
him, and he got him stuck.
He yells in your head, you said you wouldn't tell them.
I didn't tell them. My mouth didn't move and my lips didn't move.
Oh, did you do
never
that? Did you do that telepathically? Okay, never mind. He wouldn't know then. So,
I wouldn't have said
Oliver.
anything out loud.
Oliver says, "Yeah, I think we should probably get going. But we'll be back soon, hopefully. Nice dragon." And he smiles.
Quick question, Mr. Dragon. If they're going to go find a way around, do I have to stay here while
Stop.
they go to find a way around?
So he says, "Stop calling me Mr. Dragon. My name is Calathar."
Of course it is.
Calathar. So, do I have to stay here while they try and find a way around to your body, or do I go with them?
No, you stay here, or else I have no way of knowing they'll come back.
Alright, cool.
All
Good
right.
luck, have fun.
No.
So
Have
Oliver
fun
will
with me,
nod and he
friend.
says, "Please don't make the dragon angry, Keller."
He can't kill me, he gave us his word.
The dragon says, "You'd be wise to listen to your friend." But
Yes,
yeah.
he gave us his word. See, he's telling us you have to listen to that, because he gave us his word.
Give me another
We're gonna
persuasion check.
fucking die.
He gave us
This
his word.
is the
Persuasion.
crossbow
Dude.
guy at the inn all over again, where you're at 1 hit point and started insulting the guy with the crossbow. All right. Well, luckily he just lets it go as the group is making their way down the tunnel. So yeah, I need
just
a.
say-
Go ahead.
You should all worry because you're all leaving me here with him. Like,
We
you
are
think this is
worried.
gonna go any better?
How long is your psychic link range? Isn't it like a mile?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, it's for
far.
a mile. It's only
Okay.
for an hour anyway.
So
Are you only rolled an hour?
yeah, I rolled a
Yeah,
1.
it's really hard.
Shit. That's fine.
Give me a survival again, up to 2 checks, because you're
Yeah, I'll
trying
do
to
it.
find a way around.
Yeah, Oliver and Dwarf probably for the best.
Bloop, 18.
I love the idea that
Okay.
I'm going to be having Core and Fisher checking in on me to see if I'm dead or not in the link.
Yep.
All right.
Can we talk to
Really?
Caliphar?
Yes, we
Yeah, I
are
can-
technically linked with
he
him as well.
well, you can't talk to him. You'd have to talk to Keller, and Keller could, because the link you can only talk to Keller, and he can talk to back to you or to other people.
I thought it was a four-way. I thought it was like everything is linked.
I can read it again. I
Just
think
gonna
I
have
looked
to
this
make
up.
it with yourself and others.
Very funny.
Let's see.
We could just totally wind Caliphar up now.
What paragraph is it?
Bottom bit.
Okay.
The chosen creature. Where is it? You can. Chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them.
Yeah. So it's
That's-
not. It's just you to them and them to you, not like them to each other. Is how I read that.
Yeah, and it's worded weirdly. It seems like it would be between everyone, but that wording is
No,
funky.
I just thought it was basically like telepathic bond. where you
Just
don't
to Keller,
communicate with
yeah.
each other.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. Like he can play telephone between you all, but I think you can only talk to him.
Cool.
Yeah, so anything you tell me, if you want, I can relay to the dragon, unless you're purposely trying to get me killed, in which, no.
Keller called you stinky in our heads. You
Yeah.
should kill him.
Yeah,
Keller said, "Stinky dragon."
Red
All right.
Dragon.
Hey, the Knoll tribe that worship Inagu said you're a pathetic worm who got stuck.
True.
I'm not
Wait,
saying this, but this is something that would be good to say.
Got it.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have a dragon on our side, but I think that's too far gone.
Yeah, I mean,
What do we need to
you've
roll
been
to-
you've been poking him a bunch so far.
I haven't poked him.
Well, not you. I mean Keller.
Keller.
Uh,
Keller's poked him.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
just because he doesn't like me doesn't mean he doesn't like everybody else. You might all be fine.
all right. So as they leave, are you gonna do any more communicating with the dragon? He kind of goes silent at this point, at least for
I'll
now.
probably, whilst they've all gone, I'll probably try and talk to him to try and be friendly. And like try and get on a positive thing, because I'm guessing Claw would have said having a dragon on our side would be a useful thing with the Knolls.
And,
And
all
I
right.
just thought that anyway.
So what are you gonna say
gonna
at this
try and-
point to try to get him back in your good graces, or on his good graces?
Here we go.
Alright. So far,
Oh.
from what I've gathered from the communications I've had with the dragon, he's a very prideful creature who doesn't want people to know or doesn't like the fact that he's got his head stuck, right?
Give me an insight check. Let's see, 12. Yeah, so you can probably get a few traits off of him. Find my notes. So, you get the feeling he's impatient, definitely intimidating.
Not to Keller.
Yeah, obviously not to you. Well, I mean, he probably is a huge dragon. He probably still is at least a little intimidating to Keller. Keller just hides it well.
If he wasn't trapped like a worm, he'd be fucking terrifying. But
yeah.
right now, he's trapped.
I mean, he hasn't used his aura of fear, which might make you just shit your pants and run away. Obviously, you wouldn't want that because then you couldn't help him. And you get that he's a bit menacing, but not more than that so far from your interactions.
Okay.
Easily, I
Okay.
mean, like I said, impatient, so easily angered.
Okay, Mr. Kalathar, I think we got off at the wrong foot. I didn't mean to offend you, and clearly you're in great distress from being trapped, and I don't know how long you've been here, and it is such a shame for a being that is so terrifying and formidable and just in awe of to be in such a state, I'm guessing, was justified and glorious actions that were to right the slight that was done to you by an insignificant being.
Give me a persuasion. He says, why are you suddenly being so reverent towards me?
Because I'm aware that I can come off as a bit of a dick. I don't mean to. It just, I don't know what it is. It just happens. And I'm sorry.
Your kind are usually much more careful about how they talk to me. I was a bit surprised you dared to insult me. Guessing because I'm stuck, you felt yourself protected from my wrath. But make no mistake, if you and your friends fail, you will all die. Because I will hunt them down after I get them out, or after I get out of here.
I have no doubt. You gave your word that you wouldn't. Although, in fairness, that was dependent on us freeing you, so yeah, I suppose you're alright. No, it's not.
Give me another persuasion. He says, why would I hold my word to a bunch of small, insignificant things like you and your friends?
Okay, and here's where you start to do the thing that grates me. You are asking others for help, and you gave your word, so the least you can do is be respectful and stay to the word. I'm not trying to antagonize you, I'm just saying that when such a great being as yourself requires aid from lesser beings, sometimes a bit of humility goes a long way.
He says, well, maybe you shouldn't have been such a dick when you first walked into my hallway.
Yeah, I've apologized for that, and I'm sorry.
He says, honestly, they're already going to free me, so there's nothing you could really do to warn them at this point. That said, I would not just kill you. I am not that much of an asshole, I think is the common word for it.
Honestly, I was going to go with megalomaniac dragon, but asshole works too.
Says, oh no, my kind definitely knows and displays the power that we are capable of, but I do appreciate those who would help me, and I would not just kill them, even if they were being annoying to me. And he looks at you directly now.
On the bright side, imagine how annoying I'd be to any other dragons you don't like.
He says, any other dragon would have smashed you. I could have just swung my head to the side and crushed you against the rocks.
Any other dragon who got stuck in this position wouldn't be able to survive such a long time in such a monogamy. This is what's just going to go on. Like, you know, I'm going to be playing to his ego.
Give me another persuasion check. He kind of.
Eventually, I'm going to tell him.
So, with your passive perception, you kind of.
I'm going to reroll that. I'm burning a story.
I'm
burning whatever it is to do that. Yeah.
Sure, reroll. 17. All right.
Thank fuck.
So you get the feeling like with your passive perception, he kind of knows what you're doing. Like he knows that you're kind of playing to his ego now because of how, like, maybe because of the sudden change of tone, or at least he suspects it. But anyway, so Claw and Fisher and Oliver, you all are making your way through the tunnel, the cave. Did we roll a survival yet?
I rolled an 18.
Okay. So
Oliver rolled a 6.
You get pretty far away, like you're way out of, well, you assume you're way out of range of the breath at this point. It looks like there is a side area that you can climb into, but it's kind of small. You can fit, but just barely. You'd have to kind of squeeze between the rocks here.
Maybe I can send Delboy in.
Delboy says, of course, Master. I can go and see if there's anything in there that wants to eat me.
No biting the dragon.
Someone's better.
He says, I will not bite the dragon unless you order me to.
How will you die this time?
I don't know, Master. Only you can answer that.
First of all, stay invisible. But you want to take a turn to stealth as well. Don't forget that.
He says, oh good. I may have forgotten to be invisible if you hadn't reminded me, Master. That is why you were in charge.
I don't know if this is actually it or if it's really best at you right now.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Delboy, if you continue like this, the next time I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back as a crab or something rubbish.
Fine, Master. I will go. And he just poofs invisible and goes into the rocks. So a little while later, he would say, it looks like it's submerged in part of this, Master. You could probably fit in, but you'd have to go underwater. Although it looks like it's a little more wide open if you're able to hold your breath.
What seems to be on the other side of the water?
He says there's a cave back here, and part of it is flooded. I believe it goes back towards the dragon.
So I'm trying to picture what the situation is. How far away are we from the dragon?
You are probably about 500 feet down the tunnel away from the dragon, where you found the side cave. And it sounds like this side cave is kind of small, but goes back towards the dragon. But it is underwater, at least part of it is. So this might be a way around. But you could also keep going if you want to look for other ways. They might be further off, though. It might take a lot longer.
I mean, seeing that I'm made of stone, not exactly the strongest swimmer. Or are you a strong swimmer?
I can try to swim into the water and see how far it goes.
Yeah,
Doughboy would say.
Just keep your head in the swivel.
All right, so you wait a while. Or are you looking through his eyes?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you would kind of see what he's describing. When he goes underwater, he's moving through the water. It looks like it goes for about a minute before there is any access to air. And then it looks like it enters into two areas. One is above water, like into a different cave, and the other is he can keep swimming towards the dragon. Although at this point he's getting close to the 100-foot the 100-foot, the whatever it's called, where you can only he has to be within 100 feet of you for you to see through his eyes.
And you see that there's two chambers, one that goes towards the dragon and one that does what?
That's just above water, and goes in a different direction, which is probably not one you'd want to use, but it is someplace to get air.
Okay. And did you say there's potentially another pathway further up?
Yeah, so you can keep swimming in the water, and that would go more towards the dragon.
Yeah. So, Claw, are you a strong swimmer? Or...
Swim speed is half your move speed, right?
Yes.
Essentially. It's not something I'm good at, but
You
my
can-
strength will let me
Yeah,
go for it.
you can hold your breath up to 1 plus your con modifier for that many minutes.
Okay.
What is that?
Yeah. I'm happy to try and make the trip. Take my heavy armor off so I don't have to worry about swimming in that.
Oh yeah, true. Armor's a thing.
Yeah, you probably want to... I mean, you probably would want to take your armor off if you're going to be swimming that far.
Even
Yeah.
medium armor?
Medium armor less so. I mean, you could probably... I mean, there's nothing that says you can't swim in chainmail. I imagine realistically it would be a lot harder to swim in chainmail versus, no armor.
Yeah, there's just no written rules for it.
Yeah. Same thing with any type of armor. Like, generally you want to have, like, cloth.
Yeah, I've got scale.
But,
Correct.
I mean, technically I think you would be fine. Just rules as written.
Cool. Well, I'm going to swim up to where Delboy met the dragon. In the separate cave.
Well, Doughboy hasn't
Should we-
met the dragon yet.
Well, up to the area where he believes the dragon.
So you two are
Please.
going to squeeze in there?
I'd follow behind.
Alright, so I'll say if you're swimming through here, probably I'd use athletics, and it would be harder if you had armor versus not.
Right.
Then I take
Aw.
everything except my greatsword off. And my ring of protection, that stays on.
Okay.
Just a small
So-
AC. But
What about you, Fisher?
Armor's off.
Okay, so the DC without armor, I'll say is gonna be, I'll say it's 5 athletics. So fairly easy.
I literally can't fail that.
Okay.
I have a +6.
So you two are swimming through the area here. You get to the first air pocket, where you retake a breath. How long can you hold your breath, Fisher? How many minutes? Because I'm guessing that Claw can hold hers for quite a while.
3 minutes. My constitution is 14, so...
Oh,
Plus
so
two.
that's not too bad.
I'm a 16, so I got an extra minute. So if
All right.
if we have to swim longer, I can probably just drag Fisher.
Give me another athletics check. DC 5. I think you both.
Yeah, he's got a +4, and even nat ones don't auto fail skill
That's true.
checks.
So I don't think without armor, I don't think either you can fail this. All right. So you swim through. You feel definitely. It's a little bit taxing to get through the water, but you come out in a submerged cavern where there's a huge body of this green dragon just underwater. Like, he's been standing still because you guys asked him to, but he is massive. Like, looks like the area is fairly, very, very submerged. Like, a very large portion of it is underwater, but you can swim to the top and get some air here. And yeah, he looks like he's stuck in here pretty good. What do you want to do?
So the
Is there-
part where the rocks are on him is under the water, correct?
Yes, that's all underwater.
Okay.
His tail is kind of at the edge, which is out of water, but yeah, most of his body's submerged. So his body, I mean, being a huge creature, I think it's like 20 or so feet high and like probably 50 or so feet long. So very, very large creature, and the cave is pretty big too, where he's stuck in. Now, how are you going to
So
get
the
him
rocks
out
are
of here?
sort of falling around his neck, like just above his head.
Yeah,
Then the rocks are sort of dammed the
yeah,
tunnel area.
they're damming up this river that would naturally just be flowing through here.
And then his body's partially underwater with like the last part of him sort of out of the lake.
Yeah, like his tail at the very edge is out of the water. It seems like it's still filling up. Like the cave is getting more and more filled with water as time goes on.
I mean, we just gotta start clearing rocks. Just start at the top, ideally, and just start clearing them until he can force his own self out.
All right, so using strength to just kind of try to move them aside.
Yeah, like starting from like the top of where the rocks fell and just trying to like pull any loose ones that we can get out.
All right, so I think if you're just using your hands, it would probably just be athletics again, because you'd be swimming a lot, like swimming down, moving a rock, swimming up for air, unless you have like magic or some tool to help you with this.
Outside of using my sword as like a lever to kind of pop out rocks that don't easily come out, I've got nothing like that.
Okay.
It's just strength in my sword.
All right. So go ahead and give me, I guess, athletics checks.
I mean, I guess if any of the rocks weigh less than 10 pounds, you can use mage hands.
No,
Sure.
I mean, there are smaller ones, but yeah, you're mostly moving the big ones aside.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you ask for?
Athletics.
Yep.
Oh,
21.
Okay. So I assume, Keller, you're still just kind of talking to the dragon, trying to smooth things over. Right?
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm just chatting, trying to be friendly, and if he's still interested in how I've done the psychic thing, I'll just say it's something that I can do. I'll tell him a little bit about it, not going into great detail, but that's if he's interested.
So if you start talking about that, he would say, I'm familiar with this. I believe it's called a soul knife among your people. He says it's
Yeah, I think so.
somewhat
From what I found.
impressive. I don't see many humanoids with psychic abilities. It's something you should be proud of.
Thank you. Coming from such an immeasurable and impressive and powerful creature such as yourself, then yeah, thank you.
Give me a deception.
I'm not lying to him.
Yeah, but you're definitely buttering him up a little. He says, well, it's kind of you to recognize the awesomeness that I possess. I think your friends have found their way through. I feel something moving near my neck. Possibly.
Give me a minute.
All right.
Give me a moment. And I'm going to ask them, I go, hey, are you guys at his body? Because he said he feels something moving around his neck.
Yeah, can you ask him if he's ticklish?
They said yes, they've found your body.
Excellent. Tell them to be cautious. If they were to cave in on themselves, it would not be productive to what they're trying to do.
Said don't get him any more trapped, he won't be happy.
Alright. So Fisher, you're having some problems getting enough air and then going down to move rocks. It slows you down a bit. Claw's all over it though. She's just going back and forth, pulling the rocks aside, and you see, well, probably after about an hour or so of doing this, he would start to squirm a bit. As on the other side, Keller, you see more water start to rush past. He says, "I think I'm loose. I might be able to break free."
Do you wait before you start doing that? Do you want him to try and free you some more, or do you want to try and get yourself out?
He says, "I think I can get myself out. I feel like they've moved many of the rocks off my neck."
Right. Okay.
The link would be
Okay,
gone
tell them.
after an hour, so
Oh yeah, I guess technically you would not have the link anymore.
the dragon would just be saying this out loud.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So
Yeah.
you see him start to squirm a bunch as you two are moving rocks aside, and the rocks as they move aside, much more water is starting to flow past, and you feel yourself being pulled down. What do you want to do?
If it looks like I'm about to get hit by a tsunami, I'm gonna start running for
Where's
high
that
ground.
Jan?
What did you say?
If it looks like I'm about to get hit by a tsunami, I'm running for high ground.
So you're just gonna start running down the hall?
I decided to go, hey, I don't want to get hit by a tidal wave, so is it okay if I start running now?
Give me a persuasion. He says, "Wait, if I'm not able to get my head free, you might try to escape. Only
Okay,
run if
I'll wait."
Okay, so you're waiting. What about the two of you on the other side? What are you doing?
Is he trying to pull his head out of the hole into the main chamber that we're in that's filling with water? Like, so
Yeah,
the water
and
will-
the water at this point is draining much quicker because of the rocks being moved. But yeah, it looks
Is
like he's
there-
trying to pull his head back out into here, as his neck is kind of
there,
moving back and forth.
I'd probably swim up to the top, like to get like a gasp of air and just yell, "I'm gonna hold on to you so I don't fucking drown," and I'm just gonna grab onto
Yeah.
him while the water rushes out.
The
you
dragon, you
grab
mean?
onto one of the spine.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
I'm just
body.
grabbing onto like
Yeah.
his spine, like or his back or something. Like I'd tell him before I touch him, obviously, 'cause I'm not gonna piss off the fucking dragon.
Alright, what about Fisher? What are you doing?
Yeah, same exact idea. I just want to try and grab one of the spines of his neck and
Alright.
hold tight, but keep myself out of the water, or hold on tight enough that the force of the water isn't going to knock me into
Alright,
into the tunnel.
so...
As soon as it looks like he's got his head free, I am bolting to avoid getting hit by a tsunami.
Alright, so he starts moving, as I said, back and forth, and you would see a bunch of water now starting to rush in. And he indeed does pull his head back as a bunch of rocks come slamming down, and the water explodes into the chamber.
I'm gone. As soon as his head's got...
So, first off, Fisher and Keller, you would feel a bunch of pull as the water is like basically just pushing past you very quickly now. So I need strength checks. DC.
Fisher and Claw.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, Fisher and Claw. Probably DC 16 to hold on.
strength checks or saving throws.
Checks.
Checks. Okay.
Oh yeah, Oliver too. I always forget about Oliver.
So we can use athletics.
No, it's not athletics, just a strength check.
Roll strength. Okay. Fuck. I don't think rage gives advantage on strength. I think it's specifically just athletics. Fuck. And roll. 14.
Oh, all right. Oh wow. So I
No,
guess
I'll blow the story point that I got.
reroll? All right.
Yeah. There we go.
Alright, so yeah, there's a rush of water as you guys are
Wow.
holding on for dear life. And as for Keller, you are rushing down the corridor.
Yep.
I guess that would be
bonus action
athletics to try to do a burst of speed without getting tired. Because you have to run for a bit as like a bunch of water is chasing you.
Yeah, rogue double dash.
Yep, dash, double dash, action movement.
Alright, so
I am
yeah, you're
bolting
zooming as like you hear just an insane amount of water behind you. You don't even dare to turn your head, as it might slow you down a bit. But you are coming out of the cave here. It doesn't look like there's much of a way to go, but there is an opening if you want to try to jump to the side and cling onto the wall. If you fail, however, you'll go sailing down into a chasm. Otherwise, you can try to outrun the water, but that's going to be way harder.
I'm gonna still, yeah, but if I outrun the water, actually, the water get carried down the chasm anyway.
Yeah, if the water hits you, you're probably going into the chasm, which will possibly kill you. Looks like a pretty large fall. So you can try to jump, though, like jump off to the side of where the water is rushing and grab the wall. That would be an athletics check.
How far is it for the jump?
It's right here. So you either basically jump off the side and grab the wall, or you continue running straight and try to get out of the way of the water with speed.
Wait. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm dumb. That's 9th level. I was looking at the soul knife.
I'm going to try and outrun it because I trust outrunning it more than clinging onto something that I don't have. I'm hoping I can parkour around stuff to get it further ahead using acrobatics.
So running would be athletics. The climbing would be more the acrobatics.
I'll do acrobatics then. I'll do climbing or parkour.
So you try to kind of parkour off onto the side there. We'll start with acrobatics as you look for a place to grab that isn't sheer wall. Alright, so yeah, you are kind of jumping, grabbing the side, parkouring, and you see a ledge, DC 5 athletics to grab it.
Good, because I'm shit at athletics.
Alright. Alright, so yeah, you parkour, jumping up and hoist yourself up onto this side ledge of the cave as you just see water spraying out all over and into the chasm below. Meanwhile, you two...
Pictures of the Mummy film.
Yeah, kind of. So you two, you're hanging on, but the water is still running past you. As the dragon stands up, he says, climb onto my back. So that will require athletics to climb up his body.
$11.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. DC's 10. Oh.
Easy.
Alright, so yeah, you kind of climb up onto his shoulder area as there's just this deluge of water now rushing past, feeding back into the river area. He says, I owe you both, small ones. Thank you. And he kind of moves over so you can climb up onto the ledge there.
You're welcome, Caliphone.
He says, I need to get to someplace safe, but I will try to find you and possibly reward you for this help. Even though your friend pissed me off, I feel that I owe all of you for this assist, as I may have starved if you hadn't helped.
Yeah, he's good at pissing people off.
Yes, I can tell. So he's basically just now moving up against the current, like swimming back down the kind of area he came from. And you hear him crashing and a bunch of water like smashing into him as he just strengths right through it. What do the two of you want to do?
Before he heads off, I just want to say, if you were thinking of a reward, I do have a penchant for gemstones, and as a dragon, I imagine you've got quite the hoard, so not any gemstones to spare. I'll take them off your hands.
He says, I don't have my treasure here, but possibly. I shall speak to you soon, and we can discuss specifics.
As you wish.
So what are you two gonna do?
I want to go grab my gear.
Alright. So you can probably make your way back to your gear. Now that the area isn't flooded anymore where you were swimming through, you can just walk through there now.
Alright.
because all the water level kind of changed now as it's starting to equalize back into a river rather than a lake. But we are at time, so why don't we do MVP votes, and we can try to meet up and continue the story next week. As one of you is kind of on a cliff face as the water's rushing, and the other two are stuck in a cave elsewhere.
I sucked up to the dragon nicely. He
Yeah, after you were
might
mean
be
to him.
unbedded. Yeah, well, he's a dragon. He's used to it.
No, he's used to just murdering things that don't suck up to him. It's /W space DM space claw. Alright, so 2 votes, Claw is MVP. Congrats. Well,
Pretty sure I
done,
never
everyone.
use my advantage. I always forget I have it.
Yeah, it's definitely something you should use if you can. It's fairly easy to get back, especially with only 3 of you right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take some notes, but otherwise I think we're good.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
yeah, good game, everyone. And I'll
Noodles.
check you all next week.
Didn't piss
Yeah.
off the dragon.
Somehow survived. Nice one. Have a good week.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
take care.